Greetings. We're going to shut down my backup. Mari. Fussing. Oh, I'm echoing. Mari. More echo and echo and echo and echo and echo and echo and echo. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Best owl clutch in history.
Maybe she wants to sit in your lap. Come on, let's go sit in Poppy's lap.
No, just leave her be. She'll come over if she wants to. I need a good picture here. Ba-na-na-na. Mari. NL chewing in mic is my fetish. Hello. Thank you for saying hello. Thank you for the sub as well. Finally catching a stream. Hey, Socks. Decries. Hey, what's up, guys? We're gonna get this party started in just a few moments. Mari, no. I'll clutch ever. But just a quick view. Dang it. Myth? What is that emote? What is that? What is that thing? Is that what is that? What is that thing? What is that supposed to be? You've deadlifted me from bronze to plat one season? Hey, listen. I didn't do jack all. You did it yourself. I might have given you some tips, but that's all you, mate. Congrats. I've got a good one for you guys today, a meme. I got a good one.
How many liberals does it take to change a...
Wait, I gotta do this on the stream, y'all. I gotta do this on the stream. This is just too good.
How many liberals does it take to change a log by burb? None! They're too busy! Their gender!
I don't know why that one kills me. That one kills me. Hey, Rashi. The obese prodigy. Hello. I was so hyped watching this match live. I used to watch Hydron when he was on Redbirds and had time to stream. Makes me happy to see him do well. Yeah, it was good. I'll give mine and Hydron's backstory early. I've bragged about it too many times, so I'll have to do it one more time. What's up, Apollo Phi? Joey, hello. Classic Batman is so good, yeah. Classic, even before that, is even better. People are responding with, I'm surprised nobody's skull emoji reacted just yet. That's usually par for the course. If I don't get a skull emoji react in like 5 seconds of me posting something, I immediately get my feelings hurt. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Mercurial. Yeah, I was gonna get my feelings hurt, y'all. You guys don't care. Too late. Adam West Batman? Yeah, see, Adam West Batman. That guy was hilarious. Freaking love. I love that the dynamic there, watch that as a kid and you're like, yo, this is so cool. And then you watch this as an adult and you're like, yo, this is so cool for totally different reasons. That was great. Good old Adam West. Himdron coming. Oh gosh. That's something else, yeah. Good afternoon. Hello, Vigil. Hope you're doing well. Arst. I gotta spell this right. Arst. You're too late. What's up, Spicy Pugs? You gonna show off yet?
Oh yeah, here, I'll bring my cat. Come here, Jim. This is 5 seconds.
Hey, Bamboozle. Hello, Striped Courgette? Check it out for Toronto, y'all.
I'm too small.
Here. There you go.
And Granby too.
Getting her. She finally finished her cosplay for Toronto.
The only thing that's missing is there's gonna be like a little clip here and right here that.
Yeah, so we're
And
basically
then I got
done.
this tucked in the back, but I untucked it because it was like
Yeah.
it was like stuck under my belt.
Needs more mace though. No, trust me. We'll be, she'll have plenty of mace.
A
little bit of pepper spray, too.
A little thing to
Get it?
hit you with.
Psh. Preferable to Spilo face. Yeah, you're hilarious. Yeah. So yeah.
Bye.
Yeah. Get lost. You guys didn't come for that though. You came for my face.
Wow. Can I just say though, real quick, that
She's gonna say it real quick, but she's not gonna say it real
at a
quick.
thrift
Say
store
it
for $4.
$4.
Overalls were $5. I
$5.
bleached them, then dyed them.
Bleach them to die. Yeah, that has been quite the project.
Multiple times, very painful. Looks like there's a bucket of blood on the back porch. The dye was like $3. This bag on Amazon for like $5. This is a strap thing.
It's a strap, guys. It's a strap thing.
From his monitor stand.
My monitor stand.
This is Spilo's belt that I
My
think
belt.
wore at our wedding, potentially.
I wore at the wedding.
This is a shirt he got me for Christmas one year. I keep going the wrong way. So I already had that, so that was free. Belt was free. This is an Easter egg to myself. This is actually a piece of fabric from my Ray cosplay.
Mm-hmm.
Non-dyed.
Stolen belt, yes. Yes.
So that was free. So basically,
She says just real quick, so
5, 10, 14, $3 for the dye, like $17.
$17, not
Let's just
$17.
round, let's say, oh, and then I had to get the tattoo that's going to go here. So let's just say I did the whole thing for $30.
$30, right?
Which is
$30.
pretty good
So
considering you
chat,
couldn't get
pretend
these
to be
overalls.
interested. Keep pretending. We're almost done. Keep pretending to be interested.
No!
So chat says, is that a strap?
No one can,
It's a strap thing,
no
guys.
one, these are priceless, though.
Yes, nobody would pay for that.
I wouldn't.
You couldn't pay me.
That's all.
Yes,
Sorry.
thank you. All right, guys. You guys can pretend that she's proud of herself. That makes one of us. Yes. Yes.
Show me your Iron Man.
It says, tell us about the strap. Well, guys, it's a strap thing. You guys might not be familiar with
this.
strap things.
I actually think this
But
is
it's a
why
strap
Spilo's
thing.
cord management is
Yes.
because I think this is supposed to be for like cords or something.
Very interesting. I will get two, chat says. Yeah, see. It's good. Yeah. Very good. Very, very interesting. Yes. 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 Strap things.
You're so mean.
Yeah.
Hey, I was gonna make you tea.
She's a typical support. You could.
You want tea or not?
I do want tea, actually.
Better say something nice about me.
Something nice about you. Chat, what should I say? What is something nice? I need suggestions. I'm lacking inspiration. I don't know why.
I'm pouring your tea.
After seeing that outfit, I feel like I should just...
Or poison.
Tea or arsenic?
Choose carefully.
Am I just going to bring the cat as well? No.
I want to, but I can't. He's too big. But I'm wearing cat earrings. Ooh,
That was kind of cute, to be honest. You could say that. That was kind of cute, to be honest. Thanks, guys. Y'all the
To be
real
honest, or
MVP.
TBH? Which one?
It's TBH, actually. So never mind. Not even the fully spelled out. You didn't even get that.
I deserve.
Say her boots look nice. I love those boots. Those boots look nice. I love those boots.
Thank you. Fun fact: these boots make me like the same
guys are doing
height
great.
as Philo because they have like a massive.
That's actually not true. I tower over her without it. With it, too.
How tall is Brig in the game? Like
I don't know. How tall is Brig?
They're all huge. Man.
No way Brig's that tall.
But they're all
Proof?
Diva's like the shortest one. She's 5'5".
Wait, no, Iliari is like 5 foot. Iliari is
She's 5
tiny.
feet tall. Where's like a picture
5'1".
of all them? Well, I guess
Spilo
the
height
picture's
check.
too big.
I'm not. You guys. Yeah. Wait. Look. I'm tall. Yep. No way. She's 6'3".
Dude, I told you. They're all huge.
How is she 6'3"? Why is she 6'3"? That doesn't even make any
There's nothing
sense.
in the water.
Do you guys understand how rare a 6'3"?
Dude,
female
Moira's
is?
9 feet tall.
Okay, well, okay,
Widowmaker's
anyway.
like 7 feet tall.
Yeah, I mean, but Widow was genetically modification or something.
Moira's what?
Yeah.
I think
I've
Moira's like 5'9".
I've seen like one 6'5" female in my entire life, or 6'4" female, like ever once.
Emma?
No, I remember I was like 9 years old at Cracker Barrel. Emma's not even 6'3".
No, she's
She's like
I think
6'1".
she's exactly 6 feet or something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy rare.
But Reiner's like 9 feet tall in armor, I'm pretty sure.
in the Netherlands, but 6'3"? Okay. All right, chat. Let's do a VOD review. Let's take a look, guys. So we'll pull up our form here, and then we're gonna get Himdrin or whatever the heck y'all were saying, whatever that cringe stuff is. Holy crap! I have a second monitor. I can use the second monitor. Wait, dude, I can do it, y'all. Dude, I can do it. I have it. Wait.
What are you doing?
Wait. Dude, there it is. My second monitor, and I can like...
You're just not figuring this out.
Wait, how do I... No. Wait. Can I dodecahedron? Let's go, y'all. Let's go. And then I can bring this over. Yo! Let's go, dude! I freaking got a monitor! Let's go! I can do this to look at chat. I can turn off the phone's going off! Let's go. Is it weird that I treat your streams like a podcast while I work? No. I do that all the time. Who do you think is going to win between Toronto and Boston? Man, I don't know. I think the Toronto and Boston match is going to be a really good match because it's going to show the clash of philosophies with the current setup, you know? You got I'm curious to see if Boston's going to try to play the Bastion stuff into them. You might not. They might not. But it would be interesting to see if we saw some Bastion at times into the Bat Brig, but yeah, okay. But yeah, we're going to look at Toronto, Vancouver. We're going to do a quick VOD review first, 30-minute replay code review, and then I guess I said 4:15, but yeah, we're running a little behind schedule. So hang tight. I'll update it to 4:25 to be more accurate. Okay. What do you hope to get out of the session? Get constructive criticism about my gameplay, an area of improvement. You are Diamond. You are playing. Where the heck is my mouse? Diamond Ashe, looks like. Lately, mostly Ashe, rarely Tracer Sombra Echo when attempting to play Dive. Earlier this season, I also played a decent amount of Torben Hanzo. In previous seasons, McCree, but I'm looking to improve in those heroes. Okay. So obviously, hero pool is a little bit broad, but it seems like you're at least narrowing things down as you move along. Play Overwatch 3 to 4 hours per day, 5 days a week on average. Okay. As long as that's consistently playing mostly competitive, you have a good warm-up routine. If you have any questions, I'm just gonna about your training schedule, training schedule. Please let me know in DMs. We don't put as much emphasis on those in the replay reviews, though. So, what are your long-term, short-term goals? Reduce the frequency of games where my team gets stomped by learning how to adapt my gameplay to synergize better with my team and gives the advantage and minimize the enemy team's advantage. Well, the bad news is that in 5v5, there is a very large percentage of games that are just going to be outside of your control just because there's more, the variables have a much larger impact because there's a lot less of because one bad player on either team has a much heavier impact on the battlefield. So just kind of keep that in mind. However, if you are learning to adjust your playstyle a little bit, you might be able to make some of those counter comp bad map situations feel a little bit less bad. And there is a little bit of consistency to be found there. In the games where we get stomped, I feel like I struggle to work around my team's hero selection and playstyle to maximize their chance of victory. Panicking during team fights, bad positioning, bad resource management, mechanics, bad target priority. So basically everything. You feel like, what do you feel is holding you back from improving? You're putting everything. How long should you warm up for? I think it depends on the person. Some days are going to be a little bit longer. Some days are going to be a little bit shorter. But I would say you should aim for generally 10 to 15 minutes on more aim-dependent heroes. Yeah. Okay. That's mostly it. Okay. So if you have any questions beyond training schedule, just shoot me a message. We're going to get right into it. Starting now. Okay. Let's take a look here. So, Diamond Ashe. Let me know, guys, if the echo is a little bad because I have not turned on my. I'm trying to not have my headphones on, if I can. So let me know if the echo through the mic is too bad. Okay, so Ashe, all about those mid to long range sightlines. I think the key thing with Ashe is that she is a burst hero and a sustain hero depending on the situation. Like, you look at the situation right now. Chat, are we going to get like a really, really, really OP sightline to just park our feet, plant our butt cheeks, and just land bam, 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 bam? I don't know. Like, I'm not so confident of that, because especially on attack, your sightlines might be kind of bad, right? So that's where you have to play Ashe, where you have a cyclical hero, where you wait for an opportunity to take an aggressive sightline, like whether that's a flank here, whether that's a flank here. Finding the windows of time when you can actually do something aggressive with your dynamite, with your coach gun, with your positioning is really, really important. And that's dependent off of two things, all right? That's dependent on where the enemy team is positioned, so you know which flank to take. For example, if they're all stacked high ground, me going behind here, even with the dynamite, is probably hubris. If they're all here, then this rotation is totally free, right? The other thing that's just as important to decide which position to take as Ashe is when is my tank actually taking action? Because you are such a high risk, high reward character. You're very squishy. You don't have a lot of consistent, powerful mobility, but you're very lethal. You're requiring either your DPS or your tank or your support or all of them to actually take some initiative so that you can do something. I think even with a Mercy pocket, it can still be difficult to take opening initiative with an Ashe. So I wouldn't consider Ashe. Thanks for the sub, Striped Cougaret. Anyway, thank you. She's not cyclical in comparison to most characters, but she does have an element of cycle to it. You wouldn't compare her level of cycle to like a Bastion, for example. But you do need to adjust how you play. And even without your dynamite. For example, if I peek here, when I don't have map control, peeking here is worth it, but scary. So it better be at a good time. Peeking here is worth it, but scary. A lot of Ashes get hung up with just hanging in the back when their sightlines aren't very good. If your sightlines aren't very good, hanging in the back might not be the smartest thing. Now, that's why Ashe is really strong in defense. If I'm playing here, I don't have to worry about cycles because I have the map control. I can just shoot, and get value, if that makes sense. Okay, when tank goes right lane, would you go left or main? I would probably, off angle from my tank. Yeah, I would off angle from my tank most of the time. Okay, so let's take a look here. It's like right now, you don't really need to do anything because there's people to shoot. But we could already predict that this far is going to rotate. They're going to take sightlines to where you're, like right now. Okay, so like let's say you didn't get a kill or two here. What would you do? Right? Ask yourself this right now. Like pause. And I'm not going to give you the answer, right? But what would you do? Now, they did get a res and they got a kill. So this is actually technically even right now. But you see how like your mistake here is you can go like, okay, this is an awareness mistake. We should have heard Junkrat. Yes and no. But you have to understand the inherent risks about playing Ashe this close to any enemy character. Not that you're mispositioned, but you're mispositioned if you stay here for too long. If you can't set your feet, then you can't be here. Now, what I might have done, chat, where could we have gone right now? Where could we have gone right now? You guys answer the question for me. Because part of this is, oh, you shouldn't have been here this long. There's another solution here as well. No, this isn't actually bronze. I should actually change that. I always forget to update that. Where the heck is my mouse? I actually have to tab out, to actually change this. Yeah, exactly. Top left. Right. Because top left, I can kind of sort of set my feet, right? And I don't have to worry about cyclical stuff because I have a powerful position with a great sightline. So then I don't have to worry about, cyclical, whatever nonsense. Just go top left. And now the important thing to notice is that top left was not available until a few minutes ago, right? Why? Because there were people there. Now, there aren't people there. So then it's an opportunity for that I need to be able to take. That's where we talk about dynamic positioning. You guys have seen that video I made, right? About support, that Zenyatta, right? That top 500 Zenyatta, dynamic positioning. So if I rotate around where my team or tank is, or the enemy team, then I'm good to go. So you can't just memorize positions, even with a character like Ashe. So yeah, we should have absolutely seen top left available. There's your sightline, rotate top left.
Don't worry, Bob.
Okay.
No.
Oh my goodness, the rain is pouring down. Hey, give me 1 second, chat. Give me 1 second. All right, sorry. We had thunderstorm, and there's like a stray cat that's staying in our back porch. And whenever it like gets really thundery and ugly, we have to move him into the garage so he doesn't get smoked on. Yeah. So sorry for that. Okay. Yeah. Here we go. That junk was a menace the entire game. Okay. Yeah. I mean, if he's able to close the distance on you, then yeah, he's going to be a problem here. You guys have a stray? Yeah. It's just this area is really bad with stray cats. We can't keep him, but we're trying to take care of him as best we can while we find him a new home.
If anyone wants him, you can come here and take him home.
Yes. Yes, you can. Now, I'm going to be honest with you guys. This is a major positioning problem. I understand that somebody has to push cart here, but I do think Ashe is one of the most important characters probably in the entire game to position ahead of time. I think that you look at your positioning here, and especially as the fight starts, this is a big problem. You don't have sight lines. You're looking uphill. You're not controlling an off angle. Your cover usage in this fight is not going to be all that good. You need to move, right? You need to, if you have the opportunity to position ahead of time and to take a nice sight line, you need to do it as quickly as you possibly can. So where should we be, chat? Like, I understand that obviously I would be totally fine with us leaving cart, by the way. Where do we need to be? Play to your range, take an angle. Take cover. Pretty obvious, right? Right side, right? Exactly. Rotate here. More often than not, you're going to want to be somewhere over here. Now, would that be here? Would that be all the way here? I don't know. Would that be here ahead of time? I don't know. You're going to need to toy with this one a little bit, right? Probably on top of the truck is the most consistent angle that you're going to be able to get, but this is not going to work. This is not only scary, but this makes things very easy for the Pharah. You don't do any damage. You see how awful that felt? Do you see how awful that felt? Instead, you're in a tight corridor as Ashe. And now this is the problem, all right? We talk about Ashe being a cyclical character. When you get stuffed out of a choke, you then have to do like little short flanks with your dynamite and stuff. But that's not optimal. If you wanted to do that, you'd play a character like Reaper or Cassidy. Now, you might have to do it because it's the only option that you have, but it's the only option that you have sometimes if you didn't take a sightline ahead of time. Yes, Slugger, yes. I think mobility is a major reason why you'd want to set up ahead of time. But this is a big problem, right? Our sightline here is terrible. You're not in a good position. Now, thankfully, you have distance between yourself and Junkrat. That kill needed to happen. But this is a major problem. Now, right now, I just want you to set your feet and shoot. Please hit your feet and shoot. Please hit your feet and shoot. You look really nervous. Were you thinking about Pharah? I don't know. And good news here is that you got it. Yeah, I figured. Okay, so I don't think you tracked that she was out. She was dead. Oh my gosh, replay viewer, man.
Not on my watch.
Check it, guys. One of the most common hit scan errors there are right here. Check it. You guys see it?
Sie werden dich nicht kriegen.
You actually paused a couple times between shots, which is good. But I do think that at least for the first shot, nobody's shooting you. Nobody even knows you're there. Take the free shot. It's a really important thing. Now, the movement is very important, and most of the time when you're shooting, you will need to move. But at least for that first shot, take the shot. Take the shot. And to be honest with you, we can nitpick, like you should have known Pharah was dead, and you missed a couple of shots and all that kind of stuff. But really, this fight just starts in a hole. Like, it starts all the way at a really disadvantageous situation because you just didn't do anything. You could have positioned for success, and you're not 83% on Bob, and we're 2.5 minutes in, right? Yes. Passive. I think, okay, if you're playing Ashe, the answer is yes. I really think if you're playing Ashe, yes. I think your positioning, like I said, is so unbelievably important that you need to reposition. Yeah. Now, please rotate right. Please take that sight line. Move, 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 move. So you're thinking too much about chasing targets, right? But remember, she's just going to duck back inside this corner. You don't win this game. Long sight lines, 99.9% of the time. Widowmaker, Hanzo, one of the couple of the few exceptions, but even then, you're generally playing long versus most of her composition, right? Dynamite's good. Stop playing over here. Like you're chasing butterflies when if you just got here and shot people, you would do more than peeling my mercy. Get out there, especially with Bob. Like you need to get a bobbing line. I mean, oh my goodness gracious, you are so slow. And I know I'm being tough on you here, but this is really egregiously bad, even for Diamond. So I'm assuming that there's a lot of other things that you do well, like your Dynamite so far have been pretty good. But if this isn't fixed, this is why your games feel terrible. And this is really bad. This is really bad. Well, I'm not. The thing is like this is really bad for Diamond. Is not the overall gameplay, right? It's the positioning. And again, why I'm being tough here is because you have to remember this. You cannot make that mistake again. I don't care if you miss shots like you did in the Ana. That stuff happens, you know. Like, but you need to fix this. You need to fix that. You must take a long sight line in this character. You see, as soon as you take a positioning, everything feels so much better, right? Bob is fine. I would prefer to put it a little bit on a slightly deeper angle, like here, like behind the Zarya, and probably bounce it here, but it's fine. You've created some distance. Look at this, sightline. You got a sightline? Game is just easy. You have a sightline, the game is easy. See, this is the thing with Ashe. When you have a sightline, the game is easy, but getting a sightline is hard. So 90% of Ashe, if you ignore mechanics, is how do I get a sightline? How do I get a sightline? And if you fail at that, you're worthless. Like you guys just saw that right there. Like the first fight that we actually got any space at all, we carry the fight, right? You carried it. Good cooldown usage, good positioning, good shots, love it. But if you didn't have that positioning, you didn't do anything. And then right now, you're pushing cart. But in the back of your mind, here's the thing. Right now, cart botting is fine. Why is cart botting fine right now? What's up, Epic? Good to see you, mate. Why is cart botting fine right now, chat? What's going on? Doesn't feel like a whole lot's going on, you know? Team is strikers positioning. Right. But even right now, like as like staggers and goofy, you should be thinking, where should I go? Where should I go? What do you guys think? Where should we go? Now it depends, right? Now this is okay. This is the thing that everybody messes up, right? When I ask where should I go, everyone's gonna be like, oh, I like this sight line here. This is good. Stop. Shut up. Wait. Because for you to choose a good position as Ashe, what do you need to know? What do you need to know? How do you know what a good position is? You guys say top left. Okay, when would this be bad? Right. When would this be an objectively stupid position? Yes, striker's positioning. Yes. If you go early, where the enemy team is, where's my team fighting? Like if the enemy team just runs here and we're fighting here, if I go top left, I can get maybe a good angle on the back line, but maybe not, right? Also, if there's a Pharah here, or a Zarya, or a Junkrat here, I'm dead if I come here. So you need to know where the fight's taking place and where the enemy team is. Remember that we talked about this in the very first thing, right? Where we said top left is great, but they're there. We can't go there. But then they left, and then you didn't go there, and then you died because you didn't go there, right? So right now, you can't be like AFKing. You got to be like pushing cart and thinking, okay, where's this fight happening? Okay, I see them there. Okay, my Bastion's there. What do you guys think about the positioning right now? What do you guys think? Should we rotate now? Should we go top left? Where should we go? What do you guys think? I think it's okay. I think we got it. Yeah, right. I think it's okay. We got a nice sight line. We're at a decent cover. It's okay. But yes, if we see the opportunity here, I agree, Mayfrin. Walk here, coach gun up here, take this angle here. This can work too. this could work too. Maybe you don't need to right now, but something to think about. But the only reason that this works is because I see most of the enemies on my screen over here. So I know it's open. If they were on Tracer or I heard clippity-cloppities from Soldier or something, I probably wouldn't go over here. I would be too scared. So you are doing what I would say, some people, what do they say about greatness? Some people achieve greatness, some people have greatness thrust upon them, or whatever that phrase is. You are letting your positioning happen. If it's good, it's good. If it's not good, it's not good. And you're doing nothing to fix your situation when it's bad. You're not improving your situation whatsoever. So when it works, but whether it works or not is total accident. And you can even see it here, where you're shooting here, and you see Junkrat, right? Okay, what can we do, chat? What should we do? We should probably rotate out a little bit sooner, right? But what happens? We fumble, we panic. Whenever things don't happen and fall into our lap, we don't know what to do. We don't know what to do. See, it's not that end of the world. You just coach gun out here and shoot Junkrat. Keep him at distance. If you don't, you could dynamite him. You're fine. You have a distance between him. You have the advantage of this duel. It's not a big deal. Heck, you could even zone him and then take a peek down here, and then zone him and take a peek down here, right? But it's panic. In fact, we get way too close, right? Brain turns off. So you need to remember, positioning is not memorizing set positions on the map. And so, would you have carried this fight if you'd played it better? I don't think so. But I'm not interested in what would have carried this fight. I'm not even interested in what would have won this game. I want to know what's wrong with your gameplay, and I want you to fix that. Look at this chat. This just goes to show that the real alpha chads are the guy's wearing a king skin. Can there be any doubt that this guy has babes, money, friends, influence? You guys wouldn't understand. I like this. So I'm stereotyping you with your positioning goofiness. But obviously, people are nuanced. And right now, you are thinking about your positioning. In fact, you're thinking a lot about your positioning. Height. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? The entire enemy team, Junkrat, Mercy, we're all over here. So what do? We rotate all the way around right. What do you guys think? Right. High risk, high reward. But you know what? I'll take high risk, high reward over a high risk, low reward. I think it's all right. So remember we talked about cyclical positioning, right? What kind of cycle are we looking for here? What's going to happen? What should we do? What does a lip, the greatest Ashe arguably in the world, or merit, do here? Right. Wait for your tank. Wait. Hit the dynamite. Scope in a shot or two. Be near cover. Coach gun out if you need to. Hit the dynamite. Play your life. See, this is why you're diamond, right? Your mechanics are inconsistent, just like everybody's, right? But you got to coach now. You're dynamite. You're dead. Just get it over with. You're dead. You lucky son of a gun. You guys see the problem with that, though, right? You look at that, and you're like, oh, he lived, so it worked, right? Well, maybe, or she lived, but if we coach gun now and run away, the Zarya stops chasing. Then I set up right here and I keep shooting. So you lived, but you should have done more damage. So even when you think you got away with it, you didn't get away with it. Because you ran away. Because what are you doing right now, ladies and gentlemen? Running, hiding, still hiding, we're still hiding, and now we're contributing, right? So that's the problem. You had I love the angle. You're still gonna freaking die. No. I love the angle. Nice job. Just play your life. Cyclical, right? And the funny thing is, again here, where should we be on Ashe right now? What's the problem with our positioning? Right now. What's the problem? Isn't it useful to have a tank and support leave the battle? I mean, yes. Yes, it is. But are you confident that you're going to live that? Right? If you were confident that me baiting them there would have kept me alive and made them out of the fight, it probably would have been okay, but we didn't know that for sure. Yeah, way too close. Way too close. Way too close. So this is when the more aggressive, listen to me guys, the more aggressive angle is actually more passive. How do we define aggression? Is it through the depth of the angle or the proximity? In which case, Ashe is very rarely an aggressive flanker if we're talking about proximity, but she could take very aggressive angles if we're talking about rotation. This is an angle that is more likely to do more kills and for you to survive better as well. But yeah, you should be dead here. And the thing is, again, it's not a question of, oh, you should have died here, you got away with it. No, you didn't get away with it. Let's enjoy your damage numbers here. Awesome. Bum, bum, bum. You did nothing. Right? And again, it's not a mechanics problem. It's not a dynamite problem necessarily. I wouldn't even say it's a question of cover usage necessarily. Just a bad spot. Just a bad spot. It's bad. I mean, no. I mean, how are you supposed to do anything there, right? So you're screwing yourself over. Is right angle per default best here? See, that's the question. I know you're just asking an innocent question, but I'm going to pounce on you as an example. There is no default. There is no default. That's a flaw. That's a fundamentally flawed question. Do you understand what I'm saying, right? Because it could also be left, right? Why not left? This is also a great sight line. It depends. It depends. But I would say that right is in general one of the options that you should be considering as Ashe on this map. I'm not saying, guys, that you should never memorize positions, but I'm saying that there's generally 3, 4, sometimes even more positions, and it's up to you to read the situation and decide which one. Does that make sense? Like right now, where should we be? Where should we be? Our Zarya is pushed up. Where's the long sight line? Given what we have on our screen, or what we know about the enemy team and what our team is doing, where should we be? Trying to get the on 1% of the charge for healing me? Right, exactly. Right. Min-maxing all the useless stuff. Right, yeah, right, exactly. Now, right side doesn't necessarily have a longer sight line than left side, but it's an off angle, right? And if you learned anything from a lot of other content creators named Awkward, right? Angles matter. I've been coaching angles since 2017. Hey, love you. Be safe. Drive safe.
I will.
Okay.
But yeah, still in the garage, by the way.
Okay, that's fine. Does he have a litter box in there?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, this angle, much better, right? It's also much safer as long as you play the corner and have the coach gun. But yeah, this is it. Your positioning isn't bad here. Why? Because you have one out of the two things right. You have off angle, or no, you have your distance, right? This position was better than this position, but I'm still equally annoyed by it because you just lucked into this longer sight line. See, that's the problem with your positioning. That's the problem with your positioning. If it happens that the cart is a good sight line, it's great. If the cart is not a good sight line, it's not great. So you talk about consistency, why sometimes it feels bad, sometimes it feels good. At least so far, I'm guessing there's a lot of fights on maps that don't go well because the cart happens to not be in a very good sight line. Do you see what I'm saying? If the map is a good sight line on cart, then it's a good map for you. If it's not, then it's not a good map for you. Now, I'm not saying that you always play cart here, but at least in this game, it's a problem. And so you take the sight line here and you're like, oh, well, see, guys, off-angling doesn't work. But what's the problem? When did you peek the sight line? So first off, you miss your first shot. Now, I want to know if you were moving. What do you guys want to bet? What do you guys want to bet? Let's see. Maybe? I honestly don't remember if we were moving. A little bit of movement, right? Unnecessary to move there. He's not even looking. You need one shot, and my boy is dead. And then, yeah, the entire enemy team, your entire team is dead. So, of course, they're going to look at you. But, yeah. Okay. Do you have any questions so far? We can still go for another 5-6 minutes. I don't mind running a little bit over, too. Okay. Now, this is where Ashe freaking sucks, right? What's the problem now, right? If you ever go into situations like this as Ashe and you feel kind of helpless, don't worry. That's normal. It's okay. It's okay. You're going to feel helpless. No space. And by the way, not just no space on main, because people say space, they usually automatically think of main. But it's not just main. It's no space on main, no space in the angle either. You see how there's stuff in both chokes? So what are you supposed to do as Ashe? What do you guys think? What are you supposed to do as Ashe here? Besides pray. Cry. Yes, that's good. That's good. I like that. That's good. No. Bob. Where should we place Bob so that we're able to get space? Where should we place Bob? Now, I know you guys were like, well, sleep dart. Shut up. Right. We could put it right down the gullet here. It gets slept, but it creates some space. You could throw it through here and throw it right here so that, yes, they can hide from it, but it forces them to back away from the angle, which then you can use. So you can use it to set up a crossfire or to clear out space so that you can actually get out of the choke. Now, what happens if you don't have Bob? You just have to wait for them to make a mistake. I mean, really, you just take a cover, you take a sightline, and you look for them to make a mistake. Maybe you're trying to hit a dynamite in the Junkrat. If you can get these guys out, though, you need to dynamically position and take the angle away from them. All right? So let's see what you do. Sometimes they will make a mistake, and you won't need to do anything crazy. Case in point. Right? Good job. But now, what has happened, ladies and gentlemen? And where should we be? No. Yes, it's vacated. Take the angle away. What's the problem with what we're doing, guys? What's the problem with what we're doing? What does Ashe want? An angle, long sideline. What are we doing? We're taking an angle, I guess, but we're going directly into his area. You're moving, you're not only using your cooldown, you're using your cooldown at the tank. It's too close, right? So I love this because you're bobbing, right? I mean, really, it's at least you know what? I'll give you credit for this. If you're gonna press W like this, at least have the dignity to have Bob. I still don't think it's the right play, but at least there's logic. So you know what? I'm going to subtract 1 negative point from you. Okay? Forces Valk. But you can't stay here. You can't stay here. Because as soon as that Bob expires, you are dead. And you see that? And see, even if you don't die, are you shooting? No, you're running. You need to be setting your feet. So you should have been over here. Shoot. Longest sight line that you possibly can. And now do you see, again, because you chose a bad angle, you're having to run instead of shoot. You're having to run instead of shoot. So, honestly, lots of good. I like the way that you're using your dynamite. We didn't see many bobs, but both bobs were quite good. Your mechanics are fine. I think you could do a better job not moving on that first shot. But mostly it's your positioning. Mostly reacting to what you're seeing and positioning on an angle with cover accordingly. With range. If you're playing a Widowmaker, different story. You are now the Junkrat. Do you guys understand that, right? If Ashe is playing into Widowmaker Hanzo, or Widowmaker Zenyatta, or whatever, I guess there's some dynamics here, but you're now the Junkrat. You're now the one that the Widowmaker doesn't want to run into in a dark hallway. You got me? That's what makes this game hard. Now, what do you guys think about this positioning? What do you guys think about this positioning? Probably a little bit too conservative to start in. Yes, I agree. Now, the funny thing is I really like this positioning as the fight develops. You got a nice off angle, you got some nice cover, you got a mega to play with, your supports can heal you. It's great. But you don't need to be here now. Yeah, right. It's just as simple as there's nothing to shoot. So play here, stack with your team, doesn't matter. Find an angle later. Because remember, you don't have to stay here. Starting here to... Wait, what? Since when is this a thing? Is this a new skin? Why does she have an octopus gripping her butt cheeks? Okay. Anyway, you could start here and then just move away. Right? This is fine.
Thanks.
Nice. Let's watch a little bit more. But why? It looked this skin is bizarre.
Sie werden dich nicht kriegen.
You need to inspect the dynamite? I will.
Enemy returns. A statistical improbability.
Ah! Get out of here. Get out. Don't stay here. Okay, oh, there's the dynamite. Because like the thing is like you're just not doing much damage here, right? You're under too much pressure. This is too close. So this is where you could go here, or at the very least create a little bit of distance here, right? Just distance, right? Distance. I want to see this. Now maybe you saw that she was low. Wait, is that an anemone? Oh no. That is a squiddy thing. Weird. But it's just ugh, right? Ugh. Blech. You know? Nice shot. Your widow is doing something illegal. Now, where should we be now? Where should we be now? On the floor it squiggles? That's disturbing. Where should we be right now? Right. Go right back to where you were. Right? Right back to where you were. Now you got to be careful with the Sombra, but you got a Mega, you got cover. You should be okay. Right. So now you don't want to be here. Because the fight has rotated to where there are better options available. This is what makes Overwatch 2 hard. Overwatch 1, a lot more static. Tanks holding space, you pick a position, it's generally be good for quite a long time. This was still good in Overwatch 1, but it's a lot more important in Overwatch 2 because battlefields are not static. I didn't want to say dynamic again. So my adjective was to say not, so on. Let's watch one more fight. Your Widow is just really smoking.
Helden sterben nicht.
But you see, again, the problem, right? Again, the problem is the same thing. Your team is holding choke. You need to be on the choke. You don't have to stay on the choke because you started there. Yes, pulling out the thesaurus. Yes, because I know lots of definitions. I'm a very smart person. Now your positioning is great, but your team started off that fight at a disadvantage because of your positioning. I want to see the squiggle. You lied, or maybe it's not a replay viewer thing. I really wanted the squiggle. I paid good money for the squiggle. You could bob this if you wanted to. Ah, it's disastrous. Okay. So what are you guys seeing? What needs to be practiced? Let's write up some points here before we get into our Overwatch League review. Ashe. It does in the hero gallery? Right. Rotation. What do you guys think? Playing Bastion. What do you think? I don't even know what to call you. Your Discord name, your in-game name. Mike is my fetish. Netherlands, chewing in my... Cyclical. Aggressive angles, dynamic positioning. All right, let's start off with the cyclical. Options to play more aggressive / closer with Dynamite Bob, and Coach. But most importantly, take the time to set up between fights on angles with longer sightlines and cover. No cart botting. Practice thinking about positioning. Adjust to where the enemy team is set up. Play your range. Play your range and adjust your positioning according to what you've seen. You know, actually, I'm going to split this into two things. The enemy / your team is set up. Because those are two different things, right? The first one is just actually think about taking a longer sightline. And the second one is adjusting where that sightline is depending on what the battlefield is. Do you have any questions? Should you be taking Ashe like Widow or I think it depends, but more often than not, no. I don't even think as Widow Hanzo you necessarily have to adjust your sightline. If you have a good sightline, you just stay there. The only time you should adjust your sightline is if they rotate to avoid your sightline, or it's a Widow duel and you want to be a little bit sneaky. As Ashe, I can't see enemies positioning. Should I just make a decision? You could go for the more conservative option. You can listen. Because here's the thing is, yeah, you're not always going to have all the information to make a decision. You just need to make the best decision that you have given the information that you have. Do you have any questions? How do I deal with a good pocketed Farah? Well, you need to know, because here's the, okay, what is Farah's weakness? Farah's weakness is that she's actually relatively slow. She has her conch, which was a huge buff, but she's still relatively slow. So if you know where she is and you dynamically position on a sightline away from her, then that's how you deal with Farah. You need to know where she is, rotate away from her. Make her use her concussive blast to get on top of you. And remember, your job is not to kill the pharmacy. Your job is to control the pharmacy. If you can put a couple of pot shots, keep her honest, that's good value. You're not going to kill two people by yourself consistently. Make it as hard as possible for her to get on top of you. Yes. Remember, it's just your job to make her job a little bit harder. And do so by looking at her positioning, rotating away from her. You want distance in pharmacy. I mean, I feel like that should be obvious, but rotating around that is hard, for sure. The answer is obvious, but doing so is hard. And keep in mind that, again, it's two players, so you're not going to be able to deal with it by yourself. Maybe you can't? Yeah, whatever, Slugger. I can. I could actually handle 3 or 4 or 5. I'm just, I'm trying to, it's a humility thing. I've got great humility. The best of humility. People say I've always been the most humble person they've ever met. Ashe or Soldier? Ashe is better when you can set your feet on a nice sightline. Soldier is better when you don't have very good sightlines and you need that mobility to kind of get around on flanks. So I think it depends. Like, I think if Ashe has a really good defensive sightline on, like, let's say, like, Route 66, I'd way rather have an Ashe. But if it's like King of the Hill or like attack, for example, this map, I would have rather had a Soldier on the attack than an Ashe. Because it was hard for a lot of times to reposition as Ashe in this map. But it does depend, but that's what it depends on, right? I don't want to give you a vague answer. That's exactly what it depends on. Okay. Any other questions? Yeah, no worries. Ba, 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 ba. Ashe, Wit, and Chase. Yeah, true. Okay, let's cheers. Cheers, mate. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to message me. Let's do this, ladies and gents. Because I did not see this game. I don't think I saw a single... I might have seen one team fight, maybe, on like the push map. But I did not see this map. So I know the result. If you guys don't want to know the result, I'm going to spoil it. So you probably should avoid this stream. I'm going to spoil it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1... Toronto won. 3-2. and it was a reverse sweep. I have not seen this match. I know players on both teams, especially on Toronto. So I was very pleased to see Toronto win, but obviously feeling bad for Punk, who is a really good guy and somebody that I'm a big fan of. Now, okay, I'm making sure this is all working here. Okay, I think we're good. I'm sorry, I'm just getting used to my double monitor thing. It takes a little getting used to. This was a reverse sweep, and apparently Hydron had a phenomenal clutch on the last map, which we will get to. But yeah, I don't know what comps were played. I don't know anything about anything at all. I do know that these guys are leaning more towards Lucio from previous matches, and these guys are leaning more towards the double flex support. It makes sense. It lines up with their strengths. And I heard it was a good match. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look. Let me know if the echo is too bad. Again, I would really prefer not to wear headphones, but yeah. Now, I have worked with Majid before. I've been friends with Majid for a long time. Briefly, I worked with Majid, very briefly. I worked with Hydron since he was a Masters player. I used to 1v1 him in Black Forest, his Tracer versus my Zen Ana, and I run him in deathmatch all the time. I coached his Widowmaker a long time ago. He was a Doomfist player way back in the day. Ultraviolet, I don't know as well. I've worked with him a little bit. Good guy, good player. Kaluj, I've spoken off and on with for a few years. Punk, I've worked with in a few projects as well. I've been friends with Kasaurus for a long time. I'm friends with Askoff. Not super close, but I've worked a little bit with Askoff of Vancouver. So a lot of these names are like, I've known these guys, and so it's like, it's hard. I almost have to count up, like, I'm friends with Hydron and Majid, so I guess I'm going for Toronto, but Punk I like a lot. You have to do like some addition going on here. Using mod view on the second screen or regular? I'm using regular view through OBS. Yeah. I just have chat only. I'll have to show you what I have later, but yeah. Anyway, okay. So double flex support versus Lucio. Now, this is the really interesting thing here. We know, or think we know, that this shuts down Sombra Tracer Dive, right? Because Iriari is, by the way, Iriari, okay? If I mispronounce it a little bit, that's how it's supposed to be pronounced. Because this hero stops Tracer and Sombra, and also Sombra nerfed. What is not clear is how does this composition do versus the Lucio Rush comps? I don't think this comp is able to beat Lucio Rush comps consistently, especially on certain maps. Like Flashpoint, I think King of the Hill, I think the Lucio Rush comps, whether it's with Junker Queen, Reinhardt, Bastion, Doomfist, whatever, I think these have a slight advantage. But I think it's close, and it's more execution-based than anything else. There's also a vast variety of DPS and tanks that you can play on either of the compositions. So I think it's going to depend. It's not a surprise for me that Toronto is leaning into this variation. It's not a surprise to me that the team that doesn't have a second flex support is leaning into this variation. Let's just take a look at it. So this is not something that other teams have played very much of. Most teams just don't even try the double flex support. Most of them just lean into playing the Lucio comps because their second flex support can play Lucio. That's not the case for Toronto. Magic has played Lucio at times, not a huge strong point. Map specific thing, Maze busted on this map, a lot of chokes, basically spam comp. I imagine that we'll probably have either Hydron or Magic playing together or both taking separate angles. BAP is kind of the anchor, healing everybody split off. May can actually split off a little bit here as well. Vancouver really needs to find a way to get onto one of these guys right here. Not immediately. You can take short, tight sightlines. You could burn tank, but they need to at least threaten the kills on these squishies because otherwise their composition is just a little bit worse. But we'll see. Any thoughts on Ana versus BAP? I think the Ana is a lot more fragile, a little bit less consistent healing on your Orisa. Like you lose a lot of support when you go Ana. Let's put it that way. So you need to be landing anti-nades consistently. The sleep dart is super hard to land on a composition like this because you can't sleep the tank consistently. And the other thing too is that you need to be winning every single Nano blade. Like Nano needs to be getting super high value. BAP is the much more consistent pick for sustain lamp value. Window is a good ultimate in this matchup. Window is not a consistently good ultimate, but it's a good ultimate in this matchup. Brawl versus Brawl, Spam versus Brawl, whatever. So yeah. Did I know either OG or Speedily? No, not well. I've spoken with OG before, but not. I don't know them well. Okay. Freak mechanical play. That's it. Goes to the nade, hits Hydran, but just gets shot. Idiari is basically just hanging on her own angle. Orisa hanging on her own angle with Bat Pocket. And they're just going to kind of force point here. A little bit of a weird situation from Majid. I actually think I would have preferred him to rotate and deepen up on the top and to see if he can get away with that with turret as long as he holds his shift. Shift being his outburst or whatever they call it. But I don't like how Toronto is stacked up here. I don't like the double support in the same spot. Yeah, okay, so we're going to see the Sojourn's going to rotate. Now, you're going to notice that just because you're a Lucio comp does not mean that you need to be grouping up. Notice the Sojourn is controlling an angle here. Now, she's got to be careful because she's not going to get a lot of support right there, but it is an option. Now, wall is down. May peeks around the corner here. I think she might have used Ice Block as well. Spectre gets naded and then gets literally one shot before they even get lamp off. And so what they end up doing is they leave an Ana and Sojourn kind of an angle here, and they rush 3 people around this side to clear out Toronto. And because Toronto can't counter rotate and stop the rotation here, they die. What Toronto needed to do, either Spectre needed to manage his cooldowns a lot better, Ultraviolet needed to lamp faster, or Toronto needed to punish this isolated Sojourn faster, or counter push and pincer. Because if they rush in like that, there's no reason why Orisa and Majid could not be killing them in the back while they're doing, shooting them in the back while they're doing that. So nice recognition from Vancouver. Punk has to get out. Notice he fortifies as late as he possibly can because he does not have Ana pocket at all. Javelin spin is just to buy time to avoid spam. There's a nice sleep dart onto Ultraviolet, and that's going to get them cap. And so then now Vancouver can kind of chill. That nade misses. That's Idiari ultimate. I don't know who that hit. It just hits the Orisa. Bit unfortunate. There's the nano. They actually just nano. They don't even need a nano blade. And just now Vancouver's just kind of choking them out. Like, it's really hard for Magic's not getting any sightlines to do damage. Hydran's not getting any sightlines to do damage because anywhere he goes, he can be rushed on. Not rushed on immediately, but there's the threat of that. And this is why you're not seeing this double flex support comp as much, is because it's just hard to get the sightlines to actually get the damage out. Like, Magic is just not done a lot of meaningful pressure here. Still mad that we entered an Echo Meta as soon as speed got dropped? Yeah. So, pushing back into this fight, we'll probably see a Blade. Another weakness of this composition is that they don't really have a direct answer for any of the ultimates that Vancouver throws versus them. Blade, Orisa ult, Overclock even, there is nothing. Whereas Beat is an answer for really whatever they choose. Why do they run on in this comp? It's just Blade / comfort picks, most likely. So there's the Blade. They're actually going to push through window. And this, in theory, if this is executed, they're going to beat Blade. Yeah, this is over. This is over for Toronto. I actually don't even know if I agree with the beat Blade aspect of it. But yeah, this is over. Like, the beat just gives the Genji the HP that he doesn't have with Nano. I'm surprised that they don't go further than that. I think, like, Vancouver has to be kicking themselves for that. Like, that was way too passive. That Blade should have ended on the backline. I mean, they're going to get the kills actually even later, so I guess it ends up working out. But beat Blade and then chopping the Orisa, not the play. A Drainer? What does Drainer mean? Okay, so this fight should be won by Toronto, but again, it's a question of, like, who do you Blizzard? You know, who do you Orisa ult? Vancouver has speed. Punk can go on anybody they want. Like, he can even, if they have speed, he can get onto a backliner here. And they also now have Nano again. I don't even know how. There's this spin. They're trying to force. Punk might be dead. Wait, does he get nanoed? Yeah, see, this is a bit of a mistake. So Punk sees Mei isolated. He really wants the ice block. If he gets ice block, I guarantee you he's going to Orisa ult. He doesn't actually get it. They nano the Genji, but Punk is in trouble. Now, how the frick does Hydran die? Oh, no. Chat, look at what happens. Because I didn't even see what happened, but I know that Hydrant should not be dying, ever. He uses his ultimate, and he has his shift. Look at this. He shifts into the little platform thing, or the little sign here thing, and gets stuck. Spilo is so drained. Cheers, dysfunctional. He shifts into the wall. He gets stuck. And so he's dead. And that's it. So again, Toronto's unable to get, able to kite the push. And I mean, that's it, guys. That's truly it. Okay, surely, right? Right? Surely, guys. Surely. Oh, he eats the eat. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna stagger him out as well here. Is Kalush not able?
What blue squiggle? The lamp is late. Yeah. I mean, but to be honest with you, that's not even an ultraviolet problem because he shouldn't need lamp there. He just messed up.
Oh, nice shot.
He just messed up.
A heck of a little minute playing that. Yeah.
Oh, yes. Thank goodness, guys. Oof, that is awful. My bad. I don't have the clear screen button, I don't think, anymore. Maybe I do. I don't have the plus version because I didn't get the thing transferred over to my new computer. Yeah, so, again, I'm not going to question Toronto's comp. I'm going to question the optimization. Not the optimization. How optimal it is, okay? Optimability. Because it's what they not have to play, but it's more not a surprise that they're playing this, but I'm just not so certain for work. Okay, Lucio time. Echo, good on this map. Hydrant on the May. Again, DPS that fit the map, but Echo on the angle. Gets a little bit of scouty. Soldier on the flank. Echo isolated. They're dead. The crucial thing to note here is this, ladies and gentlemen, is the biggest weakness of EVI. You cannot heal anything that is more than a sneeze distances away. Now, turret, obviously, but that in of itself is not consistent enough. And that's basically a one-time done deal. So, the Echo in the air, EDR in the floor. Brett, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. And the Echo's dead. That's it. Soldier on the flank. That's huge. The rollout is good here. It's just an unfortunate mistake. It's an unfortunate mistake. Now Soldier on the flank. And as long as that's timed well, it wasn't particularly timed well. Yeah, Heesing has to be careful there. I want Heesing on high ground here. Or left. Okay, even better. Yeah, this is good. Mark Magid. Do not let Magid play DPS. Spectre goes Torb. I think that's fine. I'm not sure if the Echo was probably something they were expecting. So I think the Echo was probably them expecting. Dysfunctional reality. Thanks for the sub, mate. I think this was picked because they expected May. That would be my guess. May Genji would be something they would expect. Heesing goes Soldier, rolls out on the same Echo flank, and catches them with their pants down. I think this is a counter comp here. From there. Do you think Iliari could work as Zen and ball comps? Not really, no. Because I think you need two supports that can heal two range targets. It could work, but there would be massive downsides to running the Iliari over the Zen. So, Lucio should go with Heesing. Not a bad idea. One downside of that decision, though, is that you can't speed Pumpkin if you want to push, which is pretty important. And the other downside you can see right here is that Lucio is actually really good at controlling space up top here. Booping Maze down, booping Orissa's off, that kind of thing. Like, look at Kaluch actually has to fortify to walk out. That's the Lucio value. And as long as Soldier plays it safe, I think it's okay. So I wouldn't say it's necessarily like a bad decision here. Magic gets caught with his pants down. Freaking hate when his pants are down, man. 1 HP, gets smoked. Lucio gets the boop on May. Kaluch tries to punish. Hydrant has to use Ice Block because he gets booped down. That's exactly why you want the Lucio. He gets Lamp. They're going to focus him down anyway. Nade is used, and Crimso's playing safe. That's going to be it. Vancouver's playing this run really well, guys. Like, really well. I think the way that they're controlling angles, the way they're controlling space, they're timing their pushes, it's really tight. It's tight. Got a little bit of Tuco going on here. You know what I'm saying? Cheers, mate. Hydrant's rage swap to Soldier. It's a joke. I think it's fine. If you're unable to like actually get any value out of the push because you don't have Lucio's speed, then there's no point running the Mei. Like the Mei would have to function as a second DPS, but I think if you're going to off-angle on a second DPS, the Soldier might just be better here. The Soldier flanks this match get very silly. Right, that's what happens when you don't have a Tracer, Ball, Winston, Sombra gatekeeping those flanks. You start to have the Soldier acts in place of the Tracer with the silly flanks. There's the Nanoblade. It's actually crazy. I don't think this is a particularly well-executed blade. He's saying is down. So first things first, he's going to dash early. He should have managed his distance a little bit better so he didn't have to dash that early. The follow-up from Punk is there, though. Not a huge fan of the sugar-free Genji so far. Maybe just the match nerves, you know? But Nanoblade is Nanoblade, so it doesn't really matter that much. Reminds you of Jake every time? Oh, yeah. Okay, so Vancouver. Decent ult trade there. I mean, it's two. They shut down 2 for 1, but it's last fight now. So, and you could just honestly just beat Rush onto the backline here, and it could theoretically work. Spectra really needs Torbolt. Like Torbolt is a pretty good anti-Rush ultimate here, but I don't know if he's going to get it. Yeah, you see they're set up for the beat push here. You see Faith on the angle. There it is. There's the beat push. There's the Arisol. The Arisol actually misses the backline there. So they kite it off. You see this? They're already outside. They don't even get sucked. So that is really bad for Vancouver, which makes this potentially winnable. They Visor as well. It's just too many ults. Like Toronto, the story of this map is that Vancouver plays the first couple of fights so cleanly, so one-sided, that Toronto doesn't even build 3 of their ults until it's too late. I mean, Kaluja's is a lot harder to use, but yeah, and the ults that they build are like not good. Like the support ults are the weakest of the ultimates for Toronto here. Visor, even Torbolt is better than those ultimates there. So complete dumpster by Vancouver. I don't think Toronto played this one poorly. I think this is one of the examples where Vancouver plays it very well, and Toronto gets punished on some minor details. You guys have to understand, how many times have you guys like gotten into like a fender bender before, and it's like there goes your whole day? You know what I'm saying? Like some stupid little mistake, like somebody gets distracted or you get distracted or you say something, and that's exactly I think what happened that last map. Like just a couple of tiny little errors, you know, and it makes you look a lot worse than you actually are. That in Vancouver did a phenomenal job punishing those errors. So okay. Do you the VOD the 5 maps today? I do. Yeah, that's 1 down. That was easy. Is there anything that happened this season that made Winston trust? Iyari and Sombra nerf were the 2 biggest things. Plus the power creep of all the other characters that are not Sombra Tracer. Like a lot of characters got buffed, guys. A lot of characters got buffed. I mean, how many characters got buffed? Lucio got buffed. Orisa got buffed. Soldier got buffed. Torbjorn got buffed. I feel like Diva got buffed. No? Like, yeah. Okay. So, now, yeah, Apollo 5, I agree. This is an unbelievably greedy composition from Toronto. So let's talk about this. The Soldier is off-angle by himself, do his own thing. The Echo is we go off on a flank, we go off in an angle from high ground and shoot. Bat pockets the Sigma, Iliari pockets the Echo. Now, the problem here is, you can probably guess what the problem is here. How the frick do you support an Echo? And clearly Toronto has a strategy here. Well, Echo Iliari is because Iliari is just busted and Magic's really good at Iliari. Also, Iliari, if you put an Ana over here, she might get Dover punished. Right? Iliari? No, she's not going to get punished. So they have a strategy here. It might be a turret placement. I mean, see, look, there it is, right there. There's your answer. Turret will reach that. Turret will reach that. What meta predictions do I have? I don't know. No idea. Could be really too many factors to consider from an outside perspective. I don't think we see Bastion anymore. I think we might see Genji. Might see Genji. They can't push the angle though. I mean, they don't need to push the angle. So you guys are thinking, well, they can't push past this, right? But why would you? You have all the spam on this entire section and all the way over here. So Vancouver is going to have to either die or drop. If they die or drop, Reaper could be yes. If they die or drop, then our Magid and Echo walk forward, and they move to the next position. I think this is a really sick setup from Toronto. My only nitpick here, actually, is that Hydran probably should have scouted on main before he rotated, because with hindsight here, he should have rotated over here. This angle would have been much better for him. Or even going all the way down here. He rolls out here and then gets checked immediately. Magic should have just played Mercy. Nah, because you lose so much offensive pressure from the Iliari. Whether it's executed well or not, whether it's optimal or not, no, I don't know. Magic probably also is not a good Mercy, but yeah.
That we'll see here is like,
You guys are hindsight. I don't know the result. I'm not going to analyze the result. I do care about the result. I'm going to analyze the idea behind it, because the difference between the strategy and the result of the strategy is not just the quality of the strategy, it's the quality of the execution. Can we criticize the quality of the execution? Sure. Jesse, I got one word for you. Zem.
on these like flanks and off angles, right?
Zem.
How do they keep Spectre alive? You see he's actually just kind of playing around that Ilari turret that's set up there and that all.
Oof, wow, that was a play from Hydran. Holy mackerel.
That is a freebie. He's saying overwhelmed Hydron in a pinch. Kaluge trying to keep this Orisa at bay, but Punk gets caught on the wrong side of that kinetic grasp. Can't be healed up at all. Beautiful stuff for the Defiant.
So Vancouver's forced to watch. Forced to push, excuse me.
Also just think that like
Because there's too much pressure from that flank. I mean, look at Spectre's ult charge, right? 45% ult charge.
where Spectre was, and
Right.
He did, but then he just was not aware that the 76 was going to rotate down by, that lower tunnel by that health pack, and just gets taken out right away. And once you lose,
I don't know what y'all are waffling about. Maybe there's something that's goofing up here, but I don't see the problem with the echo here. Good high ground, good spam angle. It's like Genji, but when you want to spam,
Which is what you
right?
have to do when you can, right? Orisa's pretty adept at doing so. Just hit that fortify and ignore the Sigma for a time. It doesn't pay off there though, as he uses the kinetic grasp to eat up the honor healing.
Soldier on the flank again. I don't even know where Magic is. Is Magic with Soldier? No, he's not. He's just standing on me. He just hits a shot. Okay. So they're trying to put a lot of early pressure. Notice how much Kaluge is egoing. Kaluge is basically playing bait so that his backline doesn't get under a lot of pressure and so that the flank from Hydran gets value, right? It's just a game of space. Like, you can use your Sigma as bait. Ooh, we're a little close, UV. Okay, so UV's okay because that's the push. As soon as that nade's over, it's over, right? And UV does a great job egoing his cooldowns too.
Jed gets in the feed here, and now this is just a
This is good. This is good setup and execution from Toronto so far.
during that fight.
Let's skip forward a little bit.
It's going to be very, very hard to shift.
So there's the echo on the flank again with the turret, right? You guys see it? I think that's Iari on the point. Soldier Bap on high ground because they're the slow kids, at least in comparison to the other mobile heroes. Sigma on top.
Careful of flanking it all.
Vancouver's going to drop to main. Now, the key thing is, again here, is Vancouver going to be able to get the ults that they need here? And I think, like, yes and no, it could work. It depends.
That can access it really.
What happens?
How do you get them off this high?
Versus one, if he eats
What
it,
happens here?
it's all over.
So they're going to speed rush, try to clear the echo. They don't clear the echo because she's got turret. UV gets distracted by Punk and gets hit by something. Maybe Helix? Must be Helix.
High ground though.
Maybe, yeah, look at that. He's literally almost one shot. That's a Helix plus probably an Ana shot.
If nothing that
Yeah, and he just dies.
outside of like the Genji is
So they just Orisa ult that.
Margin.
The Nano as well.
He's going to push up as well.
There's the Nano and Genji. There's nothing to shoot.
Hydron have kept him out.
And Toronto is thinking they're lucky stars. Because Vancouver was set up pretty well for that fight, just a mechanical goof up.
you were gonna do that.
What's up, Sai?
I think
I love his
more now
zoning
they
nano
denied
boost.
them.
Very nice.
Yeah, they denied them some high ground now, which I think is beneficial.
Yeah, can they-
There's the echo again. Now the crucial point here, though, is that turret, I don't know where turret was, but it's destroyed. So Spectre is really limited what he can do now. Because he doesn't have turret.
Here, on that high ground. Here's a
And the key thing here is it sucks so much that you lost all. Here's the problem, guys. Here's the problem for Toronto. You lost the fight to nothing. Not even the Nano Genji, right? Like the Nano Genji was like, it was already over. You lost all the map, and now you have your ultimates. But again, this is the same thing with King of the Hill. Beat, Blade, Visor, or like all these ultimates. And what are you going to, if you don't find a way to catch the ultimates properly and punish, this is going to be really hard. Like, this is going to be really hard. I'm not sure. I don't know. I think these are just zoning visors. Yeah, this is zoning visor, creating space. He doesn't have much. That forces, what is that force? Does that force fortify? Yeah, so they force fortify with this visor. Then they're going to Orisa ult. That's going to force ultimate and beat. Actually, a really nice cooldown trade from Toronto here. Because look what they do. They use the soldier flank and the push from Sigma to force a fortify. Hydran's too far away for anybody else to get to. So then they flux the Orisa, which forces her to use the ultimate. But then there's a miscommunication. I think it's just Orisa. So they end up using 1, 2 ultimates, and they visor as well. When really they just needed to use this 1 plus 2. Right? So that's great. Toronto just needs to live now. Yeah, see, Hydran probably kites the wrong way. They found Hydran. Oh, no. They need to push Toronto. No. Dude, that's such a sad mistake, bro. That's such a sad mistake. Because, like, oh my gosh, Sugar Free was 1 HP, yeah. Because look at this, guys. If he kites back the other direction, this is over. I think Toronto actually wins this fight. Blade into Echo Copy, but Toronto actually has a little bit of extra space. At least there's a much better chance of winning this. But oh man, that hurts so much. That hurts so much, and Toronto's not able to push fast enough, right? That's the difference of the Lucio speed, right? Like, you can close on those plays so much faster. Oh, that hurts. That hurts. Now, Toronto can hold space theoretically if they're very careful. Oh, that one hurts so bad. This is what I'm talking about, guys. Like, you can't afford to make mistakes like that. Like, it's such a... like, the Vancouver's punishing these mistakes so well. Like, it's not even that big of a mistake. Okay, so now we got the Echo on the flank over here with the EDR. No, Echo with the Soldier over here. Interesting. So we'll probably see a copy on Orisa. That would be my guess. With her positioning, it looks like a copy on Orisa. Maybe they don't actually execute on it, though. Yeah, Ultraviolet gets a little close. Oh, no, they just Nanoblade. Never mind. I was like, they just Nanoblade. Not that the end of the world for Toronto, because now the cart was pushed forward again and Nanoblade. So, okay, this is Toronto's fight to win. No, this is not the most recent patch. No. Previous patch. Okay, this is it. Now, if you're Vancouver here, I actually think you hold this choke. I really do. I think you hold this choke, and hear me out, guys. Hear me out. What should Vancouver do right here? I want you guys to big brain strategy this. What should Vancouver do here? I have an idea. Use your brains. Vancouver loses fight, right? 1, 2 ults. 3 ults, you got jack all. Dark Snake, thank you for the sub, mate. I appreciate it. Hear me out. What if, feed the brains up? Yeah. What if you sped Heesang and even Ana up the stairs and creeped out this way? Could you do that? Surely, right? And like flank, nade, helix, the backline. I think it's worth a shot. I think utilize this little platform here. You either do that, or maybe you try it in the back right here, up on the high ground there. I think that one's a little bit less risky, but easier to scout. I think that's the play here. I don't think Vancouver is going to win this doing anything that's honest at all. So I'm hoping we're seeing some form of chaos here. Toronto probably opens up with Ariel, Bap Window. I mean, honestly, all of their ults are good openers except for probably Echo. They'll probably just Bap Window out top. Oh, no.
So this one will be the real test, right? How do they get through this fight? This one will be
I don't even know what happened there. I think nobody was there. I think he just got like...
This one will be the real test, right?
I think he just gets shot. Maybe javelined. He doesn't get stunned into the wall, but that's painful. They're still going to commit to it. Echo's copied. There's the copy and Soldier just to play her life. Can they leverage point with that BAP window, though? And the answer looks like no, really, because Punk is just managing these cooldowns way too long. Now, they get enough space, though, and I don't know where Hydran is, but Hydran's got position somewhere and is able to catch, I think, Genji on the counter rotate. So They get just enough space with that BAP window to maybe make things work. Heesang on the flick. Okay, there's the EDI ultimate, hits the tank, and somehow, once again, Vancouver holds this one out. Huge nade from Crimzo into Kaluj. Yeah. Without really looking at the replay, though, I think the big thing there is that just Toronto opens up at a disadvantage. It should just never have happened like that. That's terrible. That's terrible for Toronto, man. You cannot lose that fight to that cornball. And now we're restarting again. Nano Genji, what does Toronto have to throw? Now, I know Toronto caps here, so I don't know. I'm shocked. It has to be something mechanical. Maybe they lose this fight. Fortify, good angle. Trying to mark Majid on the angle. Amp is used. Genji is marking as well. There's the nano on the Genji. What does he find with it? I don't even know why the nano was used. Maybe a panic nano from Crimzo, because it looks like Crimzo was awfully low. So maybe Crimzo just gets kind of panic in nanos, because he's got no real position for this. Yeah, the visor might have forced that. That is more on Crimzo than it is on Sugar Free. That's not necessarily there was nothing he could really do with that. So rare major miscue from Vancouver. He needs to die. Yeah. How does Punk die? Honestly, guys, I think Crimzo just trolls this fight. I think Crimzo just trolls this fight. You guys tell me how Punk dies. What do you guys think? Look at Crimzo's positioning. Can you guys see that? Can I even turn this up even higher? Yeah, all right. Okay. I don't know if I don't think it'll affect the stream, but it affects my eyes more, so. Wrong nano? I don't think so. I think they wanted an nano. I mean, he's clearly not anywhere close to the Orisa. Why is Orisa not getting any healing, guys? Why is Orisa not getting any healing? Because Crimzo is on the high ground. And Hydran is on the high ground too. And so is Ultraviolet. And 2 gun better than 1 gun. You see this? Even just this guy alone playing cover, Crimzo has to walk into the open to heal Punk. You got me? Crimzo shouldn't be on high ground. Crimzo needs to be on the floor. I know you give up the high ground, but if your tank is on cart and the cart's this advanced, you can't be on high ground. This is bad positioning from Crimzo. It kills him, it rushes the nano, and it gets Punk killed. Crimzo trolls this fight. Crimzo's positioning, major problem. Major problem. Context. And so what ends up happening is then you get a beat, but it's a meaningless beat. Everyone's dead. So Crimzo trolls it. High ground's not bad, but it's very contextual, especially in this map. You can't just blindly control high ground. And that one, that's a costly error. Okay.
Huge here for the Titans. I mean, you gave up point A.
Soldier on the flank.
You get a hold that's now going to
Curious to see if we see a tracer swap after the pulse bomb is used, assuming that they don't win this. I like what Punk is doing. Punk is looking to stage for backline. I mean, this is it, guys. Like, oh, Punk should just go, honestly. They should just commit here with Orisa ult, yeah. Yeah, that's what they're going to do. Orisa ult plus Blade, that's going to be fine. That's a fine trade. 2 for 1 is fine, especially when you, like, stop the momentum. Somehow Faith dies, and now he's pulse bombed. Wow, what a response from Toronto. So the big problem here is it's just not very well executed, not a very well executed push. Lucio's not here. Ana nade only hits Kaluj. It's also not very well timed. And so basically we have a quote-unquote dive. In fact, I don't even know where Heesing is. I assume Heesing is marking the left flank. But yeah, this is just not a very well-timed play from Vancouver. Like, these guys should have been one shot. This lamp breaks, bam, right? I think also Punk could have egoed that pull a little bit longer. That dash as well was not good. So that's going to get him killed. And then basically Vancouver is just not able to, like, actually push cohesively. And so this becomes a lot hairier than it had any right to. So not a very well executed play. Pete Petef, P3TF. I appreciate the sub, man. 21 months, almost 2 years. I appreciate the support.
actually putting pressure on his Majid and then Hydra, and he actually gets pulsed.
Yeah, I think Punk was set up and wanted to go,
When the pulse bomb goes
but
off, he-
Toronto has stolen 2 fights in a row.
Hydra, and he's dead.
Why lower is the better position for defense here? It's not complicated. It's not always better, but the problem is that you to heal from top, you just have to stand out in the open when they go high ground. High ground is good unless the attackers go high ground. Then high ground is not good on Numbani.
Not a ton of payload progress gained off of that, though.
Early fortify.
Who gets it this time? Nobody.
Nice try, Magid.
Martin deploying another healing turret now, but
Visor in response to Flux, I think.
knows there's a tracer behind enemy line.
He misses the...
Gonna force the
Or was that a recall?
side here. He's saying
No, he just misses the Helix.
the composition
That one hurts.
isn't really crafted.
Nano goes on the Punk to hold space. I imagine he didn't have fortify.
Compromiser is gonna force the Defiant out of line of sight here.
And I like what he's saying is doing here. It should take a lot of heat off of Kremzo.
Isn't really crafted to answer this kind of
But Kremzo walks away from the Tracer into Helix. That one should have been avoidable. That one should be avoidable. I'm not sure what Sleep Dart was used on there. Kremzo's having a bad round Kremzo's having a bad round.
throw it all out there to try and get rid of the Baptiste and a back
And Toronto are doing a good job punishing that consistently.
round. It's the Defiant.
Spectre's done a good job.
For the Titans, like,
Okay.
Important was that first one.
So Toronto, both teams kind of fumbling the bag here. Whereas last one felt like a lot cleaner from Vancouver. This one just feels a lot messier. Pass posture check, thank you. Now let's talk about the compositional thing here. I think for Toronto, again, it's not super complicated. You hold high ground, you run defensive positions, double flex support, echo, and the high ground soldier, long off angle, good sight lines. The other thing with Soldier is it allows your supports to not have to worry about pocketing him as much. He's a little bit more of a self-sufficient DPS. Rush comp from Vancouver with some mobility. Soldier, Lucio can work together. Lucio, Genji can work together. Diva can kind of play on her own. Would Bapakiri be better? Flavor, right? Flavor. You know, I think like you could see a Bapakiri defense here, but they want to go with the Iliari, so they're going to go with that. You could run Iliari Kiriko with this comp. Could. But I think UV is a better Bap. Yeah, you'll get used to it. Once you get more familiar with the players' names. But yeah. Okay, Soldier, Genji, Lucio going underneath. They're going to set up that flank. There's the amp speed. Punk is just kind of creating a distraction so that they can actually rotate in here. He's not actually looking to commit. There's a turret placement. I don't love Magid's positioning here. Yeah, this is freaking tight from Vancouver. These set plays are really good. I wish I could see where Genji Lucio are coming from.
Where is Punk? Okay, playing in main still.
Yeah, see, Hydran is on the flank. Look at this, 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 look at this. He's saying catches Hydran on the flank, right here. I wish you could, oh, frick, man. Right here. They catch him on the flank. That's great. They caught him. So they actually push, but Vancouver catches them. And now the map is flipped. Now, Vancouver has to be careful here, because Vancouver is not only split, but on the floor. So they got to be really careful here.
So it just looks like everybody plays so.
Now we see a dive.
Looks like you have Punk still behind him.
Oh, Punk, honestly.
Up there on the high ground. So it just looks like everybody plays so separate. Looks like you have
Again, not super well timed. Theoretically, Spectra should die here to Soldier.
Crimzo gets in the
He doesn't. He gets shielded. They are able to close the distance, but UV gets the perfect shift off, and they might be able to hold. No, Magid dies.
supports, but a nice immortality.
So Vancouver is able to close the distance, but to do so, it's very expensive. There's finally the Echo dies to Soldier. So yeah, basically Vancouver does a little bit of rope-a-dope, you know? Runs him around, and is able to get enough of an advantage. So that was well done. Will they be able to clutch out the fight, though? Because this is far from one. Hydran is now back. There's an early deflect. Kaluj really should have disengaged there. I feel like Kaluj could have disengaged back into the room, but he doesn't. Hydran's trying to touch. There's an Nano and Genji just to secure it. I think that's probably fine. The worst thing you'd like to do is the reset. What about Doom instead of Diva? Could work, yeah. Could work. Could work for sure. Is that not a super deep fling from Hydran? No, not really, because he's still in the high ground, right? He's still in the high ground. It's cheeky, but it could have been executed well enough. Would Moira work instead of Lucio here?
Like, right?
Yeah, actually, yeah. The way that they were using the Lucio, yes, yes, it would work. You just basically, it would be, Kiriko probably would have been even better for the same reason, right? You send somebody with your Genji soldier, takes a flank, but I don't think Faith has a very good Kiriko. I think versus what Toronto have, fairly large lamp, thanks to the sub, mate, I appreciate it. The best composition would probably be on a Kiriko with the same DPS and tank. I think that would be the best comp that you could play. The one that I like the most anyway. I think if you had like a ball player, this would actually unironically, but it would probably get counter swapped to an extent. But like I think Diva Kiriko Soldier Genji, it would be good. It would be good.
All right, Spectre here obviously still on the echo. Hydron.
Long angle soldier, he gets naded. Oh my goodness gracious, he just barely dodged that on a shot. You guys are noticing that Tracer is basically Soldier. Like Soldier's basically Tracer now, excuse me. Like they need something that control flanks and the pressure from flanks. There's too much value there. And right now, like because you can't play Tracer as much because she's too bad into Iliari, Soldier is like the next option, right? Now it's interesting here. The Toronto's kind of going for an aggressive push here. I don't know if they think they're up in ults. They're copying Echo, which is a good, or Diva, which is a good push ult, right? A copy Diva is something you can push off of, but it feels just a little bit unearned, right? It feels a little bit rushed. Vancouver also is able to kite it pretty easily because they have Lucio speed. And it just isn't set up that well. I don't think the fight plan is bad. I just think the execution is bad. And so Vancouver's going to kite out that ultimate. Would have preferred to be a little bit more reactive with how these ultimates are used. Maybe Spectre takes a really aggressive angle and kind of baits them to push in. Soldier flank, way on the flank. I like this visor. Now I want to know who dies here. Who the frick dies here? Ultraviolet too close, maybe? Yeah, just a blade. Just too close, I think. I think this is just too close into blade. I do think that there has to be some sort of aggression because you do have a soldier on the flank, so you need to set him up. But I just think it's too close. Now, this is crazy. Iliari and Soldier 1v1 on the left. How does Magid lose that one? Like, I'm not going to lie with you guys. Magid should be winning this flank with Turret versus Soldier. I don't know if he just misses literally every shot, but Magid should be winning that 1v1 on the left. That's a mistake. This flank from... Oh, Sadistic, thanks for the sub, mate. I appreciate it. This flank from Hydron is actually really good. It's timed well. It's at a good distance to where he can't get dove on by the Lucio speed. And because they're fighting here, it's actually really hard for Vancouver to like hide from this ult. So actually what it does is, although the result isn't that good, I think it's okay. I just would have preferred if Toronto didn't use 3 ultimates at once. That's my main takeaway. It's like there's always a risk that they're just going to beat Blade into you. And so you have to be willing to use this. I think beat is probably forced just by using the visor. I don't think you needed, or just by using the flux and not using the visor. Now they do get some nice trades here, but I think UV messed up. I don't think Magid should have lost that 1v1, certainly not as easily as he did. And I'm questioning how many ults were used at the same time. Visors early, no. I think the timing of visor has to be really fast. Because I think otherwise it might get kited out, you know? And like that one hurts, you know? Like if you're Toronto and you have all the map control, you can't use 3 ultimates into 2 and expect to, you know, and lose and expect to win. I think supports from Toronto kind of trolled that one, and I think the fight plan could have been a little bit better too.
Just getting, you know, into the backline with relative ease, right? As Spectre now goes over to Tracer, so yet again.
And now Toronto has to somehow retake with no Lucio. It's brutal, guys. They do a good job shooting Punk out. That they might need to try and take high ground here. There's the drop visor with Lucio. Oh, no, they just nano visor. Yeah, there's just no way you win. Again, it's a big investment from Vancouver, but you can afford a big invest. You just need to cap second. They like Toronto screwed it last fight, so it's over, you know. Nice from Vancouver. It's kind of weird. I actually would have thought that Vancouver would have done the visor from behind right. Maybe they were like scared of the Tracer scouting. But I'm surprised Vancouver didn't. Maybe they did try and they just couldn't see the opportunity to like push up through and flank Visor this way. But yeah, whatever. Can't argue with success, and that's it. So. So, Magid Soldier on the flank. They're going to try and push aggressively. I think Kaluj. So this is really important, guys. This is really important. Do not tell me that you can't strategize around Pulse Bomb. Look at what Kaluj does. Look at this. They peek, they push, they pulse. Right? You set up a Pulse Bomb with your... Because look, Punk is not looking to eat Pulse Bomb here. You see this? He's looking to punish Kaluj for feeding, right? And that's what allows Spectre to get off a free Pulse Bomb. Right? Now, does he get the kill? No, because he misses it. But I appreciate it. That was definitely set. That was a set play. Now, Kaluj has to shift out, but they've got some value out of it. That's a nice ult from Magid. Hydron dies on the flank, though. Where is Hydron? I think he actually gets pincered from Punk. I legitimately don't know where where Hydron is. Yeah, I think Hydron was on the flank with Magid, and then Magid ults. And then because his Batiste is pocketing the Sigma, I think Hydron just dies over here somewhere. I think maybe off screen to the left. Yeah. Yeah, Punk flies around and snacks on him right behind. Munchy. Yeah. Nice ult, though. Really nice ult. Hits the Ana, hits the Genji. I think Genji might have been trying to deflect that one. I think Sugar Free was trying to deflect that, which you can deflect it, but he doesn't quite get it off. It's a big kill from Magid. That's probably enough to hold here. A kill for kill is better when you have respawns, and you also killed the slow Grandma. So, yeah. Nice little angle from Magid. This just prevents them from doing anything too cheeky. Even if you don't necessarily see anybody immediately, it just controls nice space, right? So it's like you just can't. You just can't control like that, right? So yeah, it's good. This should be a tough hold. Now, this might be a hot take here, but I actually would like. Chat, there's a certain character that I think should be played on this defense. You guys want to guess who I'm thinking? Somebody read my mind, guys. You guys have been with me for a long time. You guys should be able to read my mind by now. It's like one of those relationship goals thing, guys, right? What DPS character should Toronto be playing here? Yes! Oh, you guys are so smart. You guys are so smart. Yes, Torb. I think Torb should be played here. I see dive comp, and I see like these like mid-range sightlines. I don't really think you need Soldier here. I don't think this is long enough or flanky enough for Soldier. You know what I'm saying? Junkrat? Like, Soldier is great on second and first when there's like big juicies, you know what I'm saying? But there's not that as much. Torb's overload is enough mobility. I think Torb is good versus these characters. He's got good spam. I like his ultimate a lot. And I think it's just more congested, not as long as sightlines, and not as many flanks. That's why I like the Torb. Now, I'm flexible. I wouldn't mind Torb Tracer. I think Torb Tracer, Torb Soldier, either one would be fine. I don't want both Tracer and Soldier. I don't think the flanks are good enough to demand both. Mei? I think Mei is okay, but definitely a hero strength thing. Like you'd have to have a backbone or a checkmate from Mei, right? Somebody that can basically play like Matt, not to be cringe, but you know how I play Mei in ranked or in quick play when we're screwing around? You need a Mei that plays like that. Bastion would die too quickly. He'd get countered by Diva Matrix, Genji, Ana. Yeah, basically flank mate, right? Basically solo sufficient DPS harassment mate, right? Reaper would need somebody to go in aggressively with him, and that's not really what Toronto are doing. They're kind of standing and poking a little bit. So I don't know. I would like the Torb. I wish Toronto would go Torb. I would love for Toronto to go Torb. Huge kill by Magid. I have heard some stories of Magid, at least in the scrim box, which was astonishing with his character. I don't know if it's always showing up in the matches, but
is probably what the Titans.
some looked like they were smurfing in Overwatch League scrims.
This is probably what the Titans.
Again, this is what I talked about. Remember when I said Crimso's feeding for positioning out here when they go high ground? Guess what? Guess what? The shoe's on the other foot. Now Crimso's the one punishing positioning. Look at this. Look at this.
Like,
Bam, nade, UV's dead.
ultraviolet.
UV's dead.
Long range bio.
UV's dead. UV's somehow not dead. And UV's dead. You guys can't do this. Come on. This is like the new Bonnie 101, right? At least for players of this level. This is just silly. And not only is he on high ground, he pushes way out. This is just stupid.
Against this comp. Ultraviolet. That's a
This is
long
just dumb.
range bio, Nate.
Respectfully. UV is a phenomenal player. I think the best Western flex support.
Here it is. Sound very
That's even worse. Oh, Spectra. Oh, Spectra. Maybe he didn't think he had beat. Oh, that one hurts. That one really hurts. Toronto is just giving these fights away, man.
fight win for Vancouver.
Yeah, they get aggressive behind.
Now they just give it away. Yeah, great response from Punk. Punk just goes to points. Like, okay, enjoy your high ground, y'all.
At the end, so really nice compliment of ults here to potentially set a really good time.
Sleep dart thrown out by
Double
Crimso.
bio in the left side.
Ooh, okay, that is crazy. Nanovisor time. Crimso's close. There's an Nanovisor. I think Toronto are cooked. Like, this is again a situation where, like, yes, they have ultimates to respond with, but Nanovisor at point blank range, that's it. Toronto is just giving these fights away, man.
Defense could have been because like
Would I change anything in this comps? Yeah, like I said, I do think that Toronto. I think Vancouver's comp is probably fine. I think at some point they might have wanted to transition to something like an Orisa later. But I think Vancouver's comp, at least her third point, was okay. I would have liked a Kiriko if they could have played it in first or second. Toronto's comp was I think fine for first and second. I would have liked the Torb for third.
right, but you're having Hydron go on these flanks.
Not great with these supports necessarily. I mean, pretty.
I mean, I don't care. Diva Bomb. This isn't r/Overwatch.
You got a minute.
Torb is really good on third point. Torb is also situationally good on first point. It wouldn't be good versus what Toronto are playing. But yeah. Okay. Now you guys said this is where Echo fumbles the bag. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. That doesn't convince me that the strategy is bad because
Anyway, so I love the
there's not enough time. Like this is a hard point to break sometimes.
very wary of that lower level.
And like look at this. He's getting good value. He's getting good value.
Very wary of that.
He's getting good value right now. He's forced Crimso out right now. Like he hit a couple. Look at that. He hits a shot in Crimso. Watch. They walk forward. Hits more shots in Crimso.
It's also Crimso.
Just barely misses the stickies. The only reason that they lose here.
Out for them well, but we digress.
I don't even know what UV dies to.
Very wary of that lower level. Worked out for them.
Did they just get dove?
But we digress.
I think UV might just mess up his spacing. Yeah. See, look. Punk just runs it down. Punk just runs it down,
Very wary of that lower.
and they just freaking kill UV.
Try shots also.
What might have happened there is UV spaces a little bit better,
Out for them.
and then UV probably will die eventually. But he needs to not die so quickly. I don't even think he got a chance to use his shift for full HP. I don't think he definitely didn't get a chance to use his lamp. And I will point out again, I know how it worked before, but I do not like this angle from Hydron. Especially now that they're checking this, Hydron really needs to find a time I really think that, honestly, can he even rotate that way? Well, crap, chat, can he even do that rotation? See, I talked about this, but maybe he just dies a soldier if he does that. But man, you gotta at least try, right? Like,
Well, they didn't feel that.
I really feel like this angle is like so easy to check. Maybe I'm an idiot. Yeah, I think, you know what, honestly, chat, I don't think there's a better option. I don't think he actually could have done that rotation. I think it's too easy to die.
Try shots also Crimso.
So yeah, good execution from Vancouver. They mix things up, and that's pretty much it.
Sugar free. Yeah.
I mean, that's it. There's nothing else to say here. Like, everything is panic touch. There's nothing really to learn.
Side and punish you.
Yeah, check it out.
Down for Fate. So here's the accretion. Catches.
Bam, just completely one shot. And you notice that Vancouver blows everything to make that work. Like, even if the Echo or Iari can like double back, this push is dead in the water.
Lucio, essentially, and some mercy.
Maybe Punk plays Diva. Oh, yeah, good point. They could play Punk on main to start and matrix them across. Or no, Kaluj. I don't know. Maybe you rotate main. There has to be something else there. I think just the soldier getting body checked underneath feels really bad.
He's been able to express his
Okay. What does Vancouver have?
And I mean,
I just think you have to be super creative when you run something without any sort of mobility on the attack. You have to be so creative.
it's really difficult. Happens.
Yeah, there's the rotation.
See how the
They're going to leave Heesang and Crimzo, though. Oh, no, Punk gets stunned.
so
Yeah, he gets javelined and then javelins. He gets javelined.
thing happens. So
He doesn't get the mate. He gets bullied out. Wow, that is brutal.
you players going
Now, the good news is he's paid the price, but they got through. And as long as Ana Genji run away very quickly or Ana Soldier run away, there's not a lot Toronto can do. They're too slow. They can't catch these guys. So, yes, Punk paid for it, but now they're staged. Now they have the off angle.
Yeah, but I mean, you maybe not need it. You have soldier legs and Diva rocket.
And see, they don't even need to go from top. They can go under as well.
He's already set up.
also could just touch the
Yeah, see, they go under. Yeah, see, they go under. So there's your off angle, right? 1, 2. I'm curious to see what Soldier does. Soldier just angles from main. Punk is going to leverage point. He takes a lot of heat from Orisa, but now Orisa has dropped, and the turret is broken. So this next... Oh, Spectre slept.
It's already been removed.
Yeah, just slept right here. They just goes for a push. It's not a well-timed push from Spectre.
Just one tick you need.
Punk is dead.
Against Spectra.
Dies for it. Spectre basically D-max Punk indirectly.
That's on cooldown right now.
And really, Vancouver doesn't need to really rush anything right now. Oh, that shouldn't have happened. We would have liked to have seen Punk remake.
Aren't really building up. You need to figure this out.
Now, Vancouver needs to chill. They can hold the angles here. They don't need to push anything, right? Heesang should not die here. I don't know if it's just a mechanical 1v1, but that's tragic right there. That should not happen. Now, they need to be able to find Hydrant. They know Hydrant's behind. Why is this not going away? Okay.
Isang.
Will they find Hydrant?
So much damage that Punk is taking early on.
No, they
He's
won't.
Not even able to make it like to the point. Pretty
So
much.
he's alive. It's a big misplay by Vancouver.
So, do you use this on the sugar free? I mean, Punk is taking so much damage.
Nano, though?
To consider.
Nano?
Make an argument.
Probably Nano on Genji, depending on the angle. There's a Nano on Genji. The dash is messed up.
Who's he looking for?
Not been super impressed with the sugar-free Genji recently. He's sunstruck and he's now dead. How on earth do Vancouver win this?
Nano.
The nade hits Orisa. The Nano Genji. Punk goes for backline. Maybe Magid dies. Maybe Magid dies or UV dies. There's the shift. There's the ultimate. Magid's 1.
No. Martin's gonna
Magid dies.
rock with Punk trades at least. Heesang finds ultraviolet.
Hydra needs to... Oh, wow. How?
Punk trades. Captain Summer, can he chase down the Ilari? No. Martin
Honestly, Punk just...
rock with Punk
Yeah, I don't know.
release. Heesang finds ultraviolet, but Hydron is deep behind enemy lines. He's hit with the
Somehow the front line... backline fumbles there.
My goodness! Crimzo wins out. He finishes it.
Wow,
with
that one hurts.
And they're just built different. The Vancouver Titans.
That one hurts. Yeah, that honestly feels as much of a fumble from Toronto's backline. Because outside of Punk there, I just feel like maybe I could see Heesang, maybe Faith did something crazy, but like Sugar Free completely beefs it, and it still works out. Like it's on what like exactly like what even happened, bro? Like what was that play? This map was ugly. Numbani was really ugly, execution wise from both teams, honestly. You guys talk about bad ults, but honestly, I don't know. Like the ult feels so hard to get value out of. But yeah. Okay. Any questions so far? Heesang is very silly these next two maps. All right. Now, I'm gonna leak some juice here. What I know of scrims back in early Iliari days is that this composition from Toronto was a very common composition for a lot of teams. Very, 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 very common composition. And teams have kind of migrated away from it since the Iliari nerfs and the meta adjustments, and people have gotten better at playing versus it into more like Lucio stuff. You'll see Doom Lucio, see Orisa Lucio, Bastion stuff like that, right? Toronto is holding tight. Toronto is holding tight. So I think what we're likely to see here is mostly just Vancouver finding ways to try to rotate onto Toronto. Now, it might be rotating onto the Torb, the Soldier, Batiste, Yari. There's options. If you consider making a Flashpoint guide yet, maybe. So, we'll see. We'll see.
One of them on Crimzo, and he was able to get that kill.
Lacking Lucio's speed means that Vancouver's going to consistently beat them to the points and beat them to the setup. So how much of an impact is that going to be? That remains to be seen.
Defiant, something that they kind of ran at the start of Control, right? You know, they tried.
I don't think... Okay, so here's the problem. Here's the thing, guys. He's saying can go on an angle and should go on an angle. He just needs to know that he's probably not going to get much help ever. Hey, applicable. What do you think coaching an APAC contenders team? Well, I'm not sure what you mean.
This Torbjorn to make it a little bit easier.
Some of the strangest want to...
Flying alive, it didn't work.
What do you think of coaching? As in me coaching one? Or just what do I think about the idea of coaching one? Sorry.
Right? You know, they tried to run this
Soldier on the flank? Oh,
to make it
not particularly interested. I'm not really doing any team coaching right now. I've had a couple of contenders offers in NA, and I actually had one for Twisted Minds,
run this Tor
but I'm not super interested.
to make it a little bit easier.
Don't have the time for it, sadly.
You know, some of the backline
Huge sleep dart
alive, it didn't
on a Hydran. Crazy play. I appreciate the offer, though. Very kind of you.
I think it was Crimzo just pre-firing
Zip
through
him
that
up,
window
baby.
and hits him.
At that range as well.
So big play from Crimzo. I mean, that just hands them the fight right there.
Range sleep dart get followed up on like that. He's saying,
And now, again, you're like another one of those situations where like the team without Lucio has to push. These nades from Crimzo have not been great. Has to push in.
Be down
There's the 2v2 or the 2v angle.
momentum, right? And to be down and to try and
That's scary. He's saying needs to live there. Punk doesn't get help. They kite it out loose. Faith is getting a little silly here. And Punk gets freaking killed. What happens here?
and to obviously like
made a beeline for that.
So both cooldowns used.
there is
Both cooldowns missed.
you know, momentum, right?
They call in. He's saying screaming help. Crimzo missed positions. Honestly, should have probably held here and found a way to walk forward. But this flank from Toronto really splits Vancouver. What do you think of coaching your 3.5K? Now that is an offer I can't refuse.
That was fun.
Response to
You're Canadian.
You're Canadian.
Yeah, I saw the match chat.
Does that qualify for humor in the United States? Or not?
Joke, by the way? I don't know.
I don't know.
Your Canadian best insult ever, right? Says the, well, never mind.
I just thought it was a hilarious response.
Because it's a New Yorker thing.
I almost said it, Apollify. I almost leaked it, but no, I won't do it. You know what I'm poking fun at here, though, right? It says nothing. I didn't say nothing, bro. It says nothing. But yeah, that was a super nice fight from Toronto. You got to give credit. Like, super well timed. It forces Crimzo into a mistake, and they goof it up. Yeah, let's see. This is this guy. This guy walks into it.
The Titans did their loose punch.
Yeah, it was well played. Vancouver Crimzo beefed it for sure. Maybe a little bit of a splitting. I think if Faith is also sticks with Punk, there was a bit of a miscommunication there. I think he gets sped out, but yeah.
Set up a Torb turret in a position that will punch
You don't even know?
anyone dropping down.
Apollify may or may not be a Florida man. That's all I'm saying.
Got him.
Soldier on the flank. He's saying on the flank.
Crimzo is the one.
Good timing. That was nice. We love to see that one. That is absolutely... We talk about juice. That's the first thing you look up in the dictionary. Look up juice.
Actually, like Hydron knew exactly
That's
where he
beautiful.
was, and he just came out of the corner.
That's beautiful. Well done. Really both phenomenal pincers from teams and like taking turns, right?
Between Hydron and Hisang. Yeah, like we've seen it
So am I.
over the course of these last few maps, but
The two Florida men in the chat are two of my least favorite people in the entire world.
Is it enough? If
Tell you
he's
what,
just
man.
Like,
All right, so going into this fight, again, okay, so this is my question. Right here.
thanks and just do like
Should not Vancouver just win?
the damage to the front line.
Right, guys? Like, look, you got Beat Blade. What the frick did Toronto have? What the frick? Lucio Speed Beat Blade? Don't tell me that doesn't win. What the frick, guys? Now, again, you're seeing a 2v2 flank here. I don't know where Hisang is.
you have a Torb
They actually give healing turret to Ultraviolet, which is pretty cute. That's a small little adjustment. I don't know if you guys noticed that. Just in case he gets sped on. You guys notice that? That's a tight one. I don't know where Heesang is. Heesang is matching on the flank. And here comes the Blade. They don't even beat. They just go. He does not deflect the Sunstruck, and he dies. The beat comes late. Beat is way too late. I mean, it dies millisecond. Millisecond. Don't tell me that Toronto wins. Don't do it. Don't do it. No, no. No, guys. No, wait, they're winning. No, no, guys, they're losing. They're losing, guys. They're losing it. No, 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 wait. No, no, guys. Oh, man. Dude. Dude, no. Just wait a little longer with the Blade, or just get the beat off just a little faster. Oh, that stings, man. Oh, dude, that crippling, absolutely crippling. Yeah, Faith has it for a brief moment, but doesn't rip it quite in time. Like right now, it's got to go, right? I think maybe there's hesitation with the ultimate, but that's it. That's it. Either Lenny needs to wait or Faith needs to let it rip. But that one stings, man. And that's it. Like that fight is a razor's edge about which team wins. And Vancouver just messes it up. Also, honestly, kind of questionable that they. Oh, I guess they pushed it. Yeah. I don't know. It's just off just a little bit. Like really, both strategies can work here. Give credit for Toronto for executing really, really well on these pincer pushes, right? They're doing a much better job of it. So they get to point pretty quickly, Toronto does, because they won the previous fight. That's very, very important. Very important. Because you don't have Lucio's speed, but you're able to get there first because you won the last fight. Now, the crucial key mistake here is that these guys are super late from Toronto. They are super late on the flank. So there's a window here where Toronto, yeah, so there it is. So there's the spin, there's the fortify, the ult, the overload. Vancouver can now kite this out, and if they can deal with the flank now, Vancouver's in a pretty good spot. The problem is obviously you just don't have any ultimate. So like, what are you going to do with that, right? You know? But the good news is, yeah. So that honestly starts right from the get-go. They might still, they win. That's okay. You know what, guys? It kills me, guys. It's so important. It's so important. It's so important. Look at this, guys. Look. Why did Toronto win the last fight? Why did they lose the fight before? Why did they win the fight before that?
The rest of the Defiant, but he couldn't bait out an early captive son, I think. Great Bionet, another.
What's the problem? Look, Hydran, Magid isn't even there yet. Hydran just got there. And we've already had Vancouver fighting for like 5-6 seconds. So by the time we get any sort of flank pressure from Magid and Hydran together, it's already too late. Like UV, okay, maybe he didn't need to shift there. That would have allowed him to stay a little bit more alive. But he's by himself. You have to have some sort of counter pressure. Again, it's a timing issue. It's a major. Like UV is going to die if they want him to die when Magid's on the flank. But Magid, the communication has to be better. Like they cannot be touching point while Soldier and Magid are still, or Hydran and Magid are still rotating. It can't happen. That's a major. That's why UV dies there. I mean, guys, it's literally been which team actually sets up their flank timing better, and then they win off of that. The last, 4 fights now? Or I just meant just timing in general. It's been totally off. And we can look more in detail at cooldown usage and stuff, but like you don't start to look at like how the house is painted when it's built on cardboard. Right. It's a 3v5 for at least 5 seconds. And here we go again. Now, this one at least it's a little bit better. Yeah, this one's a little bit better because they're actually taking an engagement. UV's playing further. Torb has theoretically his overload, so it's not good, but at least it's a little bit better. He's saying should die here. Nope. It's just a little bit off again. Now, why does Spectre take so much damage here? Oh yeah, Spectre mispositions. Spectre mispositions. This is hidden feeding. He should have played the corner here. He pushes up, he egos, he gets caught with his pants down with Nano, and then he overloads, but it's too late. I actually don't think the timing is too bad here. Because you got an engagement here at the same time. It's just poor play, just a mechanical McCarricker from Spectre. If he plays the corner, much easier to kite, or it definitely forces Blade out, which you will take. Because you can trade through the other flank. Yeah, so that's a mistake from he's saying. The Spectre, excuse me. The timing could be a little bit better there, but yeah. You guys are trash talking he's saying, but he's saying is doing a fairly decent job here. For the most part. Wait, wow, what's going on here? Punk wants to push. Problem is, they beat Blade, but they don't reach it. Oh, it's just too far. It's just too far from Vancouver. Vancouver gets a little bit greedy. They go too far. And Toronto just catches it. That's a misplay. Heesong. Is it Song? Song? Am I pronouncing it correctly? Heesong? Nice play by Toronto. Bit of a throw from Vancouver. And that one cripples because you use beat and blade and lose the fight. 2 for 1. I will trade 2 for 1 any day of the week, especially if it's freaking Iari. Heesong. Sun to counter blade. I think it's okay because it gives you the opportunity to actually kill the target, but also it distracts Genji because he has to worry about maybe deflecting it, right? Which slows him down. Heesong. Cool. Thank you. You guys talking trash about Heesong? But he's on something. Right. That was a great play. A little bit cheeky, but if he sees an opportunity, he goes for it, and he gets the kill. Nice. There's the BAP window. Punk ults. Punk might die. Sugar Free dies. How does Sugar Free die? This, guys, is everything going right for Vancouver. I think maybe Punk takes a little bit too much damage. Visor is actually quite good. It's a lot of space, a lot of ults, a lot of... that's really unfortunate. Heesong has to be so mad right now. There's no way that they... Oh my gosh, this guy is still killing people.
I mean, they very much might. They lose Hydron again. Heesong kills him off a spawn.
Rashi, I'm stealing your job.
Heesong's just looking for spawn kills here, saying, hey, I'll go take out Hydron.
They have no honor.
Finish this off.
It's just fate right now for the Titans. Here's the Molten Core from Spectra.
Again, it's like, man, it hurts that you have a fight where you have Orisa and Visor, you know? I mean, I guess they had ults to counter. I guess those aren't the most valuable ultimates, but man, that one hurts. There's Torble. I mean, this is over. Wait, what? Guys, I'm jinxing it. What? Was that a boop from Faith? Yes, look, a boop from Faith. Spectra. Nice. That's a huge play from Faith. Now Punk is dead, though. Heesong on the flank, getting good pressure, getting attention from the Orisa. But Visor, and that should be... Oh! That's it, right. So Toronto plays it quite well. I think Toronto should be very... I think Toronto played it well. I think Vancouver struggled a little bit. I think the last fight, right? But yeah.
Yeah, they get off to these fantastic starts on these points, and then just not able to finish them off as Heesong going on.
He's a rat. This could be bad. He's waiting.
But Vancouver's got to be kicking themselves. The number of fights that they've lost with beat and blade, like was that 2 fights now? They've lost both beat blades. Think about that. Vancouver has used beat blade twice and lost both fights to 1 ultimate, essentially.
Sneaky beaky like. He hears the footsteps.
Heesong starts the silly. I mean, to be honest with you, it might just be simply that that whatever he's doing is not working, so he's trying to like crank up the attention a little bit. I don't know, because Vancouver's trolling. Vancouver is struggling right now.
And look at where everybody else is at. And
we don't see this though. Like before Flashpoint, we don't see this style of play.
So they push through. They force lamp.
Before Flashpoint,
Sugar-free deflects, doesn't quite get out. Yeah, he greets a little bit or something. That was strange. Dude, how is this guy so good? Like, how is this guy getting no support? And dude, again, how is he doing it? Every single time Majid splits from Hydran, the guy's like a bloodhound. He sniffs it out. That's actually crazy. That's actually crazy. I'd be so boomed if I was Heesung. I'd be so boomed. Ah, he does it again. He gets another kill on an angle. Hydran was by himself. That's why. I mean, we could look at the matchup in the replay viewer if we had the replay viewer. We don't have the replay viewer. That's a good beat. Surely they win this beat blade. Surely, yeah. But it's such an investment. You know what I'm saying? And like, how many ults did they have to use? You know? How many ults did you have to use? Such an investment from Vancouver. Is Soldier, yeah. Soldier's taking the role of Tracer right now, yeah. Because she does so much better into Iyari. Because he's got like his own self-sustain. He can break turret easily. Now you also... Yeah, let's keep watching. Let's keep watching. Now they do have Nano. This next fight is a really important one for Vancouver because it allows them to kind of reset their old economy, and it's pretty winnable, right? Like, it's pretty winnable. Like, Nano Genji or Nano Visor. Oh, actually, you know what? Nano Visor actually should be played. So never mind. Vancouver's 100% win this. 100% win this. Oh, he got silly. He got scouted. Yeah, he got scouted. I just think Heesung could have positioned better given the fact that they had Nano Visor. There's Nano Genji. Maybe they were saying not to... I think you should Nano Visor there for sure. Huge play by Crimzo. Oh, they have to use a Rissa ult to stay alive, though. They should win this. Yeah, they're okay. Messy, though. Messy.
That is a huge turn of events there in what looked like,
that was a very important fight win for Vancouver. Because you have some wiggle room here. Now, obviously, it's not a clean team fight win, but it's going to be a struggle for Toronto to even touch here. Vancouver should win this. They should just Visor right now, honestly. Matter of fact, they might actually give up the point here. Yeah, they give up the point. That's smart from Toronto. Messy. Hey. Surprised to see Visor push here. The BAP window catch is beautiful. Hydran gets caught. Overextension from Vancouver. Really nice catch from Vancouver. So basically, here's what happens, okay? Yo, push. No lamp. Push with Visor. Let's go. But you're walking through a choke into a 1, 2, 3 angled pincer, right? So even though Hydran dies pretty quickly, he creates enough of a distraction where everybody from Vancouver is getting shot in the back. You see that? Crimzo can't walk through the choke because BAP window. Heesung can't walk through the choke because BAP window. And they just get crossfired. It's a good catch by Toronto. And it's a big deal because, again, Toronto's going to may have a slight advantage or at least a neutral situation going into the next fight. Whereas they should always be slower. They will be a little slower, but by this much. Maybe not even, actually. Which is huge. Heesung, turret, a little close, way too close. No visor, or no rocket, so he's gonna run. Puts him at a disadvantage. They sleep the Molten Core. Torbs they're just gonna sit here, right? It's a nice ult. Hydran on the flank. They misses the sleep dart. They're controlling a lot of space. They catch Heesung. Will he be able to get away? There's the blade. Catches the aggression. Oh, he needs to live that. That one hurts. Oh, that one hurts. And I really don't want to see another beat blade that goes wrong. Like, oh my gosh. Not having deflect there is a big deal. So I want to know what forced Sugar Free's deflect. Because that's the big deal. That's the difference maker right here. It sounds like such a detail thing, but he needs to live this and needs to be able to kill 2 more people. It's behind 1, yeah. Probably Visor, could be. It looked like he had good cover though, but that's a micro error that hurts. Kaluj is going to use his ultimate to hold on, and it's going to force a beat when it really should not. That hurts. That hurts. You need that beat.
Oh man, they have backline alive. Yeah. You can nano Sugar Free and he catches a Hydron.
Now Vancouver should win the next fight though. In fact, they should win this point.
Take both those players.
Their sound. What is this? He's saying here, I think. Okay. They're just using their sound.
Oh no, chat. Nobody warned me for this. Oh, guys. Trigger warning. Oh, guys. Boostio? Oh, no.
What is this?
So again, a 2v1 that Heesung just needs to live. Yeah, maybe a little bit too aggressive from Heesung there. But man, that hurts. Toronto again kites it out. So like, this is the worst of both worlds. Heesung is 2v1ing a flank. He needs to live. He doesn't. He dies. They need to nano the right target. They nano the wrong target. They're gonna push aggressively, but they don't actually set up the push properly. Oh man.
Okay.
Agony. And it just doesn't work. That's it. I mean, that's match right there. That's match. That's match right there. Because you have ult coming up in a couple of ults. This is really hard to set up. You don't have like beat, nano. You don't have blade. And now Toronto has the map control. I think this is it. There's the BAP window in the cross. There's a lot of cooldowns used right there. There's fortified, javelin spent, amp speed, deflect, healing station, I think, as well. Yeah. And that's it. So then they set up a nice pincer. And that's it. That's match. Oh. Kaluj is low. Nice lamp. Yeah, that's it. Ouch. Well played by Toronto. It really came down to, for the first half to 2/3 of that match, who was going to time their setup better, time their engages better. Toronto did it slightly better, more consistently, just enough to win those first 2 rounds. Vancouver lost a lot of fights that they shouldn't have lost in just a couple of micro errors. I think Heesung did a pretty good job, actually. I think Heesung made a couple errors towards the end, but the only reason that any of those rounds, or even the 3rd round, was even winnable was just through him. Yeah, there's no way Heesung was getting like scapegoated for that one. Oh no, guys, no, no. Is he on something? No, guys. All right, so let's talk compositions here. I think composition from Vancouver is fine. I don't know. I just feel like BAP, it's more of a comfort pick thing, but like I just feel like it should be pretty hard to get nade value without getting your head blown off as Ana here consistently. I would have liked to have consistent healing in my Orisa. Nah, you're good, dude. We're just messing with you. I don't know. Both these comps are fine, though. Both these comps are fine. I want to be very clear. I think Heesung played fine last round. I think he made mistakes, but he also clutched a lot of fights, too.
Taking some high ground, taking some off angles on the Sigma, right? Really kind of.
So there's the Iliari soldier. I don't even know where Heesung is. Is he in the window? He's in the window. So Toronto just kind of take angles to make it impossible for Vancouver to kind of push. Now you guys kind of understand why teams play Doom, Lucio. This is like exactly why you would want to play Doom, Lucio. I don't think this is like a great comp to play into. But like, first off, Kaluj is basically out spamming this. And then it's really hard for Orisa to like close the distance on any targets, even with Lucio speed on this map. So this map is like really freaking hard. But the problem though is you go Doomfist, and then Kaluj goes Orisa. and they play the exact same comp. So,
Barney had a time bank
yeah.
extension by they had a lead of like 1 minute and 9 seconds.
Nice rock.
Now is what matters.
There's just so much pressure from Vancouver from both angles. I don't think the On is very good at dealing with this. There's been no nade angles. There's Fortify. They're trying to commit to clear some space. They just don't do it. There's just too many angles. I do think... I think this is where Vancouver's strategy runs thin. If you're Vancouver, how do you win this matchup? We've already not ruled out, but made situational the capability for them to run down and kill Sigma. It's just too far. It's just too far. It's too much space, takes too long. You can't even get onto Ultraviolet here. It's not going to happen. So how do you win on this map? But how do you allow Hisung to flank? He's just going to run into 2 people every time. And you can't dive backline because the backline's creating spacing way too well. Get off Orisa? Maybe. I mean, Orisa can hold the choke there for a long time, right? Ryan into Sig, not a bad option. It would definitely be easier to close the distance. Like, Ryan could go for a lot longer, right? Sure. Think with what the composition that they have. You guys got to think creatively here. I want to give you guys a hint. How does London play Reinhardt? Because it's not how we played or they played Rush is how they need to play Rush here. Sim, possible, not something that Vancouver's likely to play. I'm not just saying who, I'm saying how. Here's a question. Where could Faith be? I'm talking about old school London here. I should clarify, not the Symmetra Bastion stuff. Where could Faith be? If we're not going to be able to speed onto the backline, where could Faith be? The Soldier. Where could Sugar Free be? You got me? If there's a Soldier Genji Lucio playing up in this vicinity here, because like you've already choked them out. The Soldier could run up here with Lucio and a Genji diving onto the Iliari. They can't play here. So then all of a sudden, Punk doesn't have to rush anymore because Punk isn't getting shot in the side of the head. All of Toronto have to hide and play here. You do a jab. Yeah, yes, you do a jab. You do a jab. You jab out on an angle with your superior mobility. And now you can push Robot. And Crimzo just plays basically by himself, or isolated. This is why I like the Batiste better, by the way. And just keeps Punk alive. Punk's job is just to hold these guys in the choke and not die. And guess what? That's what Orisa is the best at. That's what the best is. She's the best. She and Reinhardt, probably the best in the game at just holding the space. Sigma's pretty good at that too, but yeah. The problem is Vancouver's trying to push so hard instead of just buying themselves time by marking angles. Use your Lucio. But see, the problem with that is it's hard to do. And most teams don't know the game, don't know the matchup well enough to be able to do that. At what point would you rather mirror the Soldier Iliari off angle? Never. Not for Vancouver. They can't play the characters. If we're talking about a different team, different story. Is Kiri better for that? Yes and no. Yes and no. Kiri the Lucio means that you always have the threat of rushing onto the backline, which is nice. Kiriko, you don't have that threat. Kiriko just means you permanently mark.
Saw him go to it like in a last-second ditch scenario, but now we'll get a...
Guys, there's the Doomfist swap. There's the Doomfist swap. I promise you, I had no idea that they're going to swap the Doomfist. But you see why Do you see why they go Doomfist? Because everything feels too far. So they go Doomfist to dive it. But Doomfist is only one way of solving this problem. Wouldn't the Orisa Ana just get run over? You tell me. Can a backline with no speed on a corner chase? Like, seriously, guys, let's go back. Let's go back. This is I don't want to overanalyze this, but I do want to underanalyze, or at least a little bit, right? If you send these guys on a flank and control these two here, and your Orisa's playing here with Ana, do you think these guys will be able to push out and kill these guys? Do you think so? I mean, seriously, think about it, right? Once you see it, it's not almost impossible. Almost impossible. It will take forever. And meanwhile, what's happening over here? You see what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying that it's the end-all, be-all answer, because there's counterplay to the counterplay. But that's the way you have to do it. Why is it Doomfist over D.Va? Big map. Big map. You need to play Doomfist. He's very fast. Too big of a map for D.Va when you need to be rushing. So I like Vancouver's comp. It's okay. It's still going to require... what happens to Heesung here? Heesung just gets caught with his pants down. Hydran is hiding. Look at this. Hydran is hiding. What happened to my mouse? Why is my mouse being weird? My mouse sensitivity just like doubled. This mouse is weird. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, he's just hiding. And then that kills it right there. That's a cute little play from Vancouver. They're not angling for pylon? What do you mean? That's exactly what they were doing, to my knowledge. The only reason maybe no pylon is just to not give away the soldier flank there. There's the Nano Genji. I just don't know what... First off, Vancouver probably shouldn't be going right now. They really need to wait for their soldier. And Doom goes in, Sugar Free goes in, and then the just punish isn't there. That's a little bit silly. You can't afford to lose a nano fight just because you couldn't wait for your other guy. That's awesome, dude. Congratulations. I'm glad it helped. That was the intention. Stay tuned for part 2 of that series of why mechanics matters the most. The part 2 is coming up soon, too. It's more of a philosophical discussion about the whole matchup. So they're trying to off-angle here a little bit. They're trying to off-angle. They do get on top of Ultraviolet. There's the Iliari ultimate and Visor. Honestly, totally fine to play this one out. The problem is that Doomfist goes in hard and is unable to get out. So a bit of a misplay from Punk there. I don't know if he could have gotten out, if there had been a better way to manage the cooldowns, but that one hurts. You go 2 for 1. You're able to kite it out with your setup, and it just doesn't work. And to be very clear, this map is very favorable for, I think, Toronto's composition. I don't think generally it's favorable, but on this map, I think it's pretty good. It's a wide open map. Oh man, this is so scary. They need to find a way to Visor on a flank, maybe Nano Visor. Torbolt early from Spectra. I really like the early ultimate. That might totally, yeah, that's it. That throws off things so badly. Do you see how much scarier and more chaotic this is for Vancouver going into this fight? Like you're looking at this fight and you're like, bro, we should just use one ultimate, but now you've used two of your most valuable ultimates, and this fight is still being traded. I like the early ult. I like the early ult. Big fight win for Vancouver though. Junker Queen rush? No, I don't think it's good. I think it hard. You would need a Mei to help the Junker Queen close the distance. You could play Junker Queen Mei though. Oh. Where is Hydran? Hydran is way on the flank and just nails Crimzo.
they have an opportunity. Like, hey, if they want
It looks like Crimzo has time to react as well. He just doesn't hide in time.
so be it. Is Hydron has found Crimzo.
And this is a huge problem for Vancouver. I don't know if you commit to this fight now. He's saying is visoring for space.
I can't say that's advisable.
See, this is the problem, guys. This is the problem. A lot of you guys probably look at that visor and go, oh, that's a terrible visor, terrible visor, terrible visor. What was the point of that visor? You guys tell me.
I can't say that's advisable.
Because even the casters are like, oh, you know, visor. What's the purpose of that visor? Pretty much. Yes. Yes. If you don't visor here, Vancouver all dies. All of them die. They all die. It's over. So Hisong is going, maybe I can buy some time for Punk and the guys to get out and to hold space. And because it's visor and we're not nano-visoring, maybe it's not the end of the world. Because you would stagger. Yeah. It's an unironically a zoning ultimate. And that's what Vancouver gets out.
I mean,
And meanwhile, what are the casters saying? I'm sorry for the echo here.
not I.
Let's not do that again. Can't say that's advisable. That felt awful. Let's not do that again.
That's because it was awful. I mean, not ideal in terms of the visor.
I mean, he overstays his welcome.
Dodge, duck.
So everyone's going to sit there and laugh. Advisable, yeah. But you see what I'm saying, right? I don't know. I know, you know, we can't expect casters to know everything. You guys had the same thing. You guys were like, oh, Hisong throw. Hisong is, honestly, it's been as much Hydran making good plays here. I think that was a fine play. But at that range, visor isn't scary. It's scary enough to prevent them from walking forward. It does enough damage. You can tell that because look at, if it did literally no damage, then Spectra would have peaked this. Then Toronto would have pushed this. They didn't. Not fast enough. So I'm not saying that this is even a good visor, but there is logic behind it. And in the end, it could have done exactly what Hisong wanted it to do. Right? They could have taken a fight right now with Blade or Doommolt, and the entire perception of this game would have changed. You don't want to do that, but you might need to do that.
Sorry.
That's all I'm saying.
Now, this is a stinker. Pure and simple. Hydron
Huge kill on Magid. I don't know.
gives him a quick punch. Tries to keep him honest.
Where is my mouse?
Flanking turrets.
Where is my mouse? My mouse is gone. Where is my mouse? What the heck, man?
Still can't escape the turret. Stinker. Pure and
Where is Magid, man? Oh, Magid's up here.
Now, this is a stinker. Pure and simple.
Magid gets deleted. Oh my gosh.
Now, this is
Oh, it's a nade shot. Oh my gosh. He gets literally deleted
around and gives him a
by a Genji Lucio comp. That's brutal.
flanking turret set up. How frustrating that Sugarfree has to clear.
Another sleep. Huge play from Magid. Crimzo.
Power supports on the Titan side are coming along.
And that's a big fight win for Toronto. Like, what a big fight win. Like, one ult to one ult. But to what do they call that? To cut off the bleeding? What do they say that? They stifle the hemorrhage or whatever? It's a hemorrhage or something? Like, that's crazy.
3-4 fights in a row, it feels like here. And the way that
Stem the bleeding? Yeah.
like quite
Whatever.
like cheap in a way, right? And the fact that like they got like 3-year
And now, like, you gotta like this fight if you're Toronto or Vancouver. There's a offing ult from Torbjorn, but the problem with that is obviously...
It didn't really matter. Now, though, it might start to become a factor once
Oh, no!
until that expires.
They need to live that.
Presumably.
Okay, huge. So you kind of win a fight.
So Punk trying to shift him off.
Maybe not something to Nanoblade is a solo torp when they staunch. Yeah. Stop the hemorrhoid. Yeah. Maybe not worth a Nanoblade to kill the torp. That's the only thing, because it's not a clean team fight win. And you notice that Toronto hasn't actually disengaged. Now, they did force out an ultimate there, but I think just a Nano there, or just a Blade there, with a little bit of Lucio support would have been better. A little bit of hindsight, but I think important. The beat is there. They don't get the kills. This is not hindsight. This is crucial. This timing has to be better. Like, this timing has to be better. Genji's already on the way out. I think Doom's already used cooldowns. It's way too easy to peel. It gets caught by Flux, and that's all she wrote. That one hurts. That one really hurts. This should have been a clean team fight win from Vancouver, and instead we're getting a kill trade mess in a fight when you use Nano Blade and Beat. I don't care that they use 3 ults in response. Nothing should beat Nano Blade and Beat. It should be clean team fight win, GG's. And instead we get a neutral trade? Nah. Nah, that's no good. Crazy pocket on the Spectre there. And now Toronto's going into this with unironically, I would say a slight old advantage. I think I would take Torbolt Bap Window over what Vancouver has. Nice job from Heesong. Good. They catch him. Free fight win now, right? Heesong needs to be careful. Heesong should not be the one touching cart. That's a little bit of hubris there from Heesong. Torb clears top. Heesong on the flank. It's a great visor. Oh my. Okay, good. It works. It works. I was going to say, no way that doesn't work. Actually, really nice team fight from Vancouver all the way through, almost, honestly. That was clean. That was super clean. Like, obviously, they do commit 2 ultimates there, but, like, considering they're at an ultimate disadvantage there, and you're building time for... Now you have Nano Blade again, right? So that was super nice fight from Vancouver. They caught Hydron on the flank. Heesong sets up a really nice Visor plus Doom ult combo. You guys are talking about, like, Heesong has 0 final blows here, but we've really only seen, like, 1 or 2 mistakes from Heesong. 1 was dying late after a reasonable zoning visor, and then 2 was like he got caught by Hydron on surprise. Nano Blade. Just Nano Blade. It's not that deep. You need a Nano Blade. You get cap here. There's a Nano Blade. That's it. You need another kill, though. A huge problem for them has been, like, not actually finishing up. Now, you guys tell me what the problem with Nano Blade is here. Not using Nano Blade, but how it was done. What was the problem?
And then see kind of how it goes. I like it. The blade, I mean,
you get the checkpoint anyway.
What's the problem?
You're close enough, and we are going to be a Nano Blade here. They're going to extend further. They get the checkpoint, and there's not a lot that Kalush can do about that one.
I just don't think there's any rush. Yeah, you guys basically got it. I just don't think there's any rush. Like, Defiant are, like, zoned out. You see this? They're forced out. They're scared, right? So just keep them in the choke and keep pushing cart. I think you could probably have gotten at least 6, 7, 8 meters more on Robot before Toronto, like, actually put out some serious pressure, and then you Nano Blade. I think this is, like, something that Toronto is very happy to take because it was a very early Nano Blade. I don't think the timing is very tricky, but I think Vancouver could have greeted that one a lot longer. I mean, butt scratch is an important part of the mechanic, right? Like, it's something that it's an advantage to the defenders. It's how it is. Like, you have to play around it, and Vancouver was just too impatient. Now, Vancouver here needs to try and kite an ultimate. I would love to see Vancouver try to kite an ultimate. I don't know what Sugar Free is doing. I think it's a cute set play, but I don't like the idea of the set play. So they actually go for a flank nade. Watch this. So they nade, or they don't flank nade. They nade. It's all right. It's all right. I think the idea of, like, kiting an ultimate would have been better when you don't have a lot of map control. But yeah, I think it's whatever. I just think it's too cheap. I don't want to lose to 1 ultimate, you know? But hindsighty. If that had worked, I think Vancouver wins this, and we're talking about how great they are, you know? So.
Yeah, it looks like they're just kind of like, ooh.
Sugar Free is a little late here. Hydron has the flank angle that will be uncontested.
So if you're Vancouver here, you have to kite ults. Like, you have to do something corny here. Hydron is going for something super risky here. Super greedy flank. Heesong gets caught. Oh, he doesn't quite make the rotation. There's Flux, there's Visor, there's Bap Window. Yeah, I mean, they tried. That's 3 ults, though. That's tough. That's tough. Not the end of the world for Vancouver. You need to win, I think, 3 fights now. And you can do it. You can do it. It's doable. It's hard, but it's doable. Punk needs to not stagger. We need to go now. We need to go now. Oh, no. The beat is late. And he gets hit by ult as well. That's unfortunate. The beat is just, again, half of a second late. Completely changes the dynamic of this fight if that's earlier. Completely changes the dynamic.
The Defiant had the player
That hurts, man. That hurts so much. Ouch. That hurts so much, mate. Oh my gosh. Are they full cap? Yeah. Wow. Guys, you listen, I'm telling you guys, like I guarantee, are they gonna show a graphic of Soldier Diff? Does anyone know? How'd you guys know about the 0 final blows? I mean, again, I guess if nothing else to take away there, Vancouver did not know how to do things when they couldn't reach the backline. The Doomfist swap was fine. And okay. But you guys see what I'm saying now, right? You guys see what I'm saying? Did Heesung have a good map? No. But Heesung did a lot. I think execution of like the timing of the nano blades. First fight was really, really ugly. Couple of goofy errors. I don't know, guys. You got to be really careful. You got to be really careful. Does it matter that much? Do you think Heesung's crying about what Avast chat or what some random people in YouTube chat said? I doubt it, but it's good to know. It's good to know. Hope you guys can kind of get what I'm saying, right? Okay, so I've heard that this was one of the greatest clutches of all time. I will be the judge of that. It can really get hurt to blame like that? Yes, it can. Okay. Toronto goes to the double flex support on it because they get to start defensively on high ground and they're running the Diva as well, so that something with mobility is useful. On a Diva, great pairing. Bap Orisa, great pairing. Echo Widow is definitely a point-specific thing. We've talked a lot about when the Florida Mayhem play it here, so it's not a surprise to see a mirror here. Faith is not going to stay in Zenyatta. I'm curious to see. Well, maybe he is. I don't know what Faith is going to play here.
Right? Not many consistent. Oh, course of the series, right? Not many consistent.
Oh my gosh, you're right. That's hilarious.
A trade happens.
Oh, he did not know where Hydron was. Yeah, that was a bit of a feed. You have to at least assume that there's a Widowmaker swap on early on. Like that's a little silly.
Able to take out 2 players right off the rip.
So they're going to control top with Widow Echo. I think Echo is really good on this map. Lots of high ground. Faith is going to go Brig.
Better mobility in the sky than Far, obviously.
Brig is going to be somebody that can play a little bit aggressive, deny a little bit of Diva, enable the Echo a little bit. I don't think the Brig is necessarily optimal, but you don't have another option. So with Faith, so you take what you can get. Him Song is controlling the sightline, allows his backline to rotate underneath. This is where things get messy, though. This is a classic Dorado. This choke is brutal. The flanks are hard to reach and very exposed. A lot of war of attrition here, and this is where Brig can be fairly valuable as long as she doesn't get naded.
Well, you wouldn't play Lucio here.
It's really good here, Matt.
I like him.
Even if body shot on a Diva matters here. Every little bit of damage matters. Oof. Oh, he fell on the wrong side. He's going to be out of the commission for a little bit. They break the turret. Magid on the flank, though. Punk goes in and freaking annihilates Spectra. I don't know what happens there. I think that's a miscommunication, ladies and gents. I think Spectra's expecting Nano. And then Punk peels back, and he's cooked. Huge sleep on a Sugar Free. He should be dead. He is not dead. My brothers in arms are able to hold on. And that's a huge kill. Good kill on the Faith, though. Magid should die here. He does. Great stickies. Sugar Free. Oh my gosh, this UV guy. Every time. Every time. Getting the easy sleeps, you know? Bomb is used and just phenomenal hold there. Like Hydron also crucially kills Faith there with the body shot on the angle. So this is holdable.
Not enough, right? I mean, you've lost Punk out of his neck.
Yes, she does. She gets the instant armor.
from a really far distance. So that kind of ends that. This is getting scary here for the Titans. 1:30 on the clock. It's not like you have any of these big, game-winning ultimates on your side.
Yeah, I mean, UV just hits the easy stuff, right? Nothing crazy there, but that just hitting the easy stuff is important, not missing it, because it does happen. There's the Venomine for Echo Flank. Again, lots of juices. Juice and juice and juice and juice on juice on juice on juice. Lots of pressure on that D.Va. The defending Widow has an advantage when it comes to the tank trade because she can shoot the tank a little bit easier, do a little bit more damage. There's the nano. Oh, no, copy. So Sugar Free copies. He's going to get demech, but that's a lot of space. He might be able to remech here. It is very fast to remech. They're going to rally push as well. Will they get the remech? He's going to get the remech. He tried to get the big squishies, but it does create a lot of space, so we take that. Spectra might die here. He does. Oh, there's the copy. There's the nano. Spectra gets demeched. Nano and Echo just doesn't really do much of... Okay, he does get the Ana. I didn't see the Ana there, so that was actually really huge. So yeah, Vancouver does a good job. I think the key thing to point out here is that the lack of Magid impact. And it's not necessarily because Magid is bad. I just think that this is where actually on first point Brig can do a little bit of work because it's hard for Magid to take a really greedy angle. The verticality is pretty extreme. So Brig kind of turtling on point, procking Inspire, packing people from range, something that, Iliari cannot do. The value is there. You don't see it directly, but I think the value is there.
I mean, the Titans, their best...
D.Va copies are the best copy that you're going to get in this matchup. The most consistent space. You have 3 seconds of Matrix, and you have a decent amount of armor as well. The D.Va copy is probably the best tank copy in the game in terms of consistency.
Just to him get out of the way really early on, but then also Heesang actually connected on a shot with Spectra, which ended up forcing him to actually use.
Brig goes top early.
Actually in a position to really use it. Uses 1 HP and just need to get out. Ooh, that's a nice angle, but Titans, they needed that fight. I mean, you lose that fight, I mean, this series could very well be over.
Widow is zoning top. This makes holding high ground really scary. He doesn't know where Hydran is though. That's the crucial thing though. There's the anti-nade. If he gets antied, he will get chased. He dodges the anti-nade. Kaluj gets naded in response. There's the nano echo in response. Punk eats the stickies. That's the crucial part. And Heesang catches it with a pick onto Ultraviolet on the high ground. Both teams doing a pretty good job catching aggression. Ram disagrees. Ram is situationally the best. If in a brawl comp, yes. But you're not going to see Echo play in a brawl comp often. In addition, his survivability is a little bit less consistent. But yeah, I mean, this is what we expect. It's basically, here's what's happening. It's a war of attrition. Neither team has good dive DPS, right? I mean, Echo's okay, but it's you have a lot of tools to survive dive. So what happens is you see a lot of messy cooldowns trades, and then it's who's hitting the nades? Who's hitting the Widow headshots? I mean, it can really just boil down to Widow headshot. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, Widow copy is the play. Oh, what? What? Oh, no, that's bad. That's really, 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 really bad. This becomes very winnable all of a sudden. Ouch. That one hurts. That one hurts. That is actually such an important shot. One of the most important shots that you can have. Punk is just not able to quite get the cover when he remechs, and yeah. They're looking for a surprise. That's big. A little bit of zoning. Forces the rally. Spectra finds Heesang on the flank. And because the ultimate, that actually is the value of Magid's ultimate there, is the zoning. But the problem is for whatever reason, Sugar Free gets his copy forced. Wait, what happens here? What happens to Toronto? It just doesn't look like Toronto's backline is well positioned for this at all. Hydran feels a little too close. Ultraviolet is also too close. I don't know. I don't like Toronto's backline position there. I don't know what Vancouver did, maybe in terms of like a flank angle there, but not super well played. Really nice job of Vancouver, like quickly getting value out of that rally. But Toronto, again, here's what happens. It's like, you see these times when Magic's on an angle, Vancouver just runs it down their throat, and it doesn't feel like UV or Hydron are ready to kite out that. You know? And I think that happens too often. Like when you have Magic on the flank, UV has to be able to play safer than that. And I know it's tricky when the enemy team is on Widow, controlling the super long sightlines, but yeah, it has to be done.
Where these Widows are really kind of been playing like, pretty even throughout there, right? A pick here or there from, either one. Hydron got off to a good start. He's found some key picks.
Looks like maybe a Nano Echo or Nano Diva. I'm unsure. Hydron's on the floor. Super close just because Widow duel, so you just play a little bit sneakier, even if that means closer sometimes. Grapples out. There's the Nano on the Echo. Again, it gets kited out and wasted. You gotta wonder maybe if it's just better to mirror ultimates when you're on the defense here. If you can't set up a good angle or flank, it's like the second or third time a Nano engage has been completely shut down. I'm just thinking maybe on the defense is better to try and set up. Hydrate, thank you. Heesong scouts underneath. I don't even know what the angle was for that shot. I think he was next to Ana there. But that's a huge kill. And him song, I can't say that, guys. I'm too old for that. I'm just too old to say him song. He's him song. I can't do that. He song him. I can't do it. It's just I'm too old. Hydron hits a crazy shot. What is this? This is disgusting. Bam. Himdrun. I just can't do it. Kite means to back up, to disengage. Yeah. So Vancouver does a great job disengaging almost every single one of Toronto's pushes. Every single one. Toronto gets zero value out of their ultimates, all the way through second and third point. And then Heesong is just hitting really important shots at really important times. That's the big thing. He's not just popping off. He's popping off at perfect times. That's completely crippling Toronto. Like it's just a one kill, and then it just completely sets them. So
Heesong has had a really strong series. I think you kind of just got to throw that one out. But Hydron has definitely come on in the later half, I would say.
Now, though, doesn't get to play that 76 flanking style. He has to find victory as a Widow. But remember, I mean, the Florida Mayhem used to try and pick Gibraltar all the time to leverage this Widow.
Hydrant, smoke sugar free. First point secured, or at least that's a huge sleep on the Punk, maybe. Oh no, they don't get the nade in time. Okay, so rotation secured. Hydrant, respect. Sugar free is still not quite back yet. Huge grapple. Just kidding, guys trolling. Okay, war of attrition here. Brig should, in theory, be pretty good at controlling space here. Punk is taking so much damage. I want to know what... Okay, you know what it is? This is where the Iliari like really freaking helps. Do you see Magic's positioning here? Watch Magic's ult charge, just for the damage, right? 27, 29, 28, 31, 36, 40... 41, 44, 45, 48, right? The guy is just melting the tank. So he's taking an off angle here and just basically perma-burning the enemy tank. And that's what we got. And this is where I think Faith could do a better job, maybe working with Punk to try and clear this guy out. Just a little bit, right? Just a wee little bit. The Widow makes it hard, but yeah. Because Punk is taking so much damage because Madge is just egoing on an angle. And that's where the Iliari can actually do some work. And that's it, right? It's not Punk trolling, it's a lack of value from the rest of his team. And I also think like having the Echo being there late hurt as well.
For the Titans, right? And think about how hard the Titans had to work to take that first checkpoint.
I don't think this matters. I think this is still over. Oh my gosh.
Get rid of Kalush, but still they're in a fantastic spot. The second check.
Starting to feel the margin effect a little bit more now.
Oh. Hee-song.
Goodness, that's pretty telegraphed. I mean, you see a lot of players do that. The trajectory is rather...
Ego, total ego right there. He's feeling it.
And he finds Echo here as well. Spectra may not be aware how dangerously he
Oh,
is.
oh, oh.
Echo here as well.
Spectra. Oh, Spectra goes, ooh, I can ego. Oh, no, he's dead.
He's saying, fine, here's a chance for the Titans to set up on this second fight.
So now they're kind of stuffing the choke here, which definitely hurts for Toronto,
Plus, we're on the
considering you had a little bit of a running start coming out. That's completely dead.
through that. You know, obviously,
Hydron says no, takes a crazy angle on Sugar Free on the high ground.
that'd be like a bump.
Infrasite's used defensively,
If you can get this down to like,
but unable to do a lot with it. Toronto's kind of okay. Now the shoe's on the other foot because we see what is that? Is that a nano early? Yeah. So the nano it gets slapped. I mean, even it doesn't get slapped. Like it's completely shut down. And then Hydron kills. Let's find out where Hydron was. Hydron is here, and he's got an angle on Hee-song, who is I believe up top here. Yeah. Ego's the peak right here and just destroys Hee-song. And then Rally is used also.
2-3 fights.
Oh, that is ugly. That is used in response to Nano?
So you're really looking at getting on the clock.
I don't even know which one was first.
Really good about that. Good tight. So you're
Nano, then Rally.
another line.
But honestly, I just think if you're Vancouver, I think you just take the L here. I really think you take the L. They're trying to hold the high ground. They must hold the high ground. Okay, so they do manage that. But oh gosh, please. Magic gets grappled. Oh, he messes up the grapple here. But the punish isn't there.
The defense matrix, great play between Hydron and Kalush, keep each other alive.
There's the Illari ult. It's going to force a copy of Illari. Magic should die here. He does die. Hydron takes an angle here. And again, another crazy shot into Crimson. But Vancouver, still winnable. Punk got to be mad about getting slapped that often, I'm not going to lie.
Healing is so big here. Outburst
He goes in super aggro.
around, Captain Sun coming out.
Pretty decent Sunstruck there. And then Hydron kills Hee-song again. And now where is Hydron here? Yeah, he's just holding the sightline here. Scoping towards their second spawn.
But he elsewhere, he's saying getting crushed by Hydron and he's
Like, Vancouver throws the kitchen sink, but Hydron is hitting a couple of shots, and it's just not working.
Hydron gets to play a little close quarters.
Now you did force out a lot of ultimates here, but yeah.
So much pressure on Hydron throughout all of that, and somehow able to continue to live.
I mean, if Hydron hits one fewer shot, I think that fight goes Vancouver's way.
Saying you're gonna have another attempt here for the Titans to go out and touch a Sugar Freeze now over to Tracer.
No key ultimates up.
I'm not sure, DePriest. That's a great question. I think it depends on the situation. Like, if you're playing a close quarters fight, I'd rather have the Brig packs because I know the Illari is not going to have a good sightline. But if the Illari has a good sightline, then yeah, that's going to be tricky.
Is Tracer going to be enough here? No key ultimates up right now for the Vancouver Titans.
But this is just going to be so hard for Vancouver to retake.
Oh, not with Crimzo. Sleep with the
Oh.
pushes. Good response though. He's saying I'm going to trade out at the least. But there are more
Still winnable. Kaluj is really low.
You wanna almost keep
This shot has to hit. Oh! Whoa!
might have to play a little more aggressively here. He sees those sticky bombs.
Oh no, 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 no.
Might have to
Sugar Free goes for Magid, but dies for it. He really shouldn't die for that. Like, oh, and they use Nano in response. That's a good Nano. Good Nano to secure the fight.
the Bionative Fate has to stay alive. He
Oh my gosh.
can't touch either. And the Defiant are so close here. 4 minutes on the clock to finish the match.
I don't know, Mighty Bird. Good question.
I know that goes in the mix. I mean, he just starts chunking through everybody. And
Sugar Free goes Tracer,
but as soon as he
which I think is okay.
hit with a, hits a nice
The problem is that Tracer makes sense in this composition, but I just don't think Sugar Free's Tracer is that good. I think it's okay. I think it's decent. But yeah, okay. Now they do catch Hydron. Hydron is feeling himself a little bit here. It's a little bit cheeky. Gets caught out.
Infrasight means Punk knows exactly where to go. This only lasts for 12 seconds, but it's 12 crucial seconds for the Vancouver Titans to set up with some peace of mind. See, yeah, straight away.
Faith is really aggressive there. That's well timed too. They're gonna push to that. I actually like Vancouver's comp. If you can get consistent packs from a Tracer, then maybe she can play into the Illari.
beneficial here, especially against
Why not Genji instead of the Tracer? I don't think his Genji's better than his Tracer, honestly. I would say his Tracer is probably better than his Genji. I've not been impressed by his Genji this game, to be honest. I mean, it's just this game, but I think it's okay. All right, so what happens here? Where's Hydran? He's just close. Yeah, he just snipes right down the middle.
Like inside of this like close quarter area.
Watch this rally.
I think it's going to be really good just putting pressure on the Echoes. Tracer historically.
Oh, no. Oh, no. You weren't kidding, were you? Oh, no. That is a major. Yeah, that is rough. Aw, you guys are baiting me. You guys are baiting me, bro. Ah, you guys are baiting me. You guys are baiting me. Yeah, you guys are baiting me, bro. Does get a pulse kill. Man. Man, that is like that's a backbreaker right there. That's a backbreaker.
I don't know. They don't actually see it, but man, they tried.
Nice sleep by UV.
There. So not able to really make a huge.
And now this is going to be hard because Hydran, they're going to have so many ults to dump in this fight. And to Nano, Magid is just trying so hard. I really feel like maybe they're using it to just zone. But man, I feel like if it's that bad and that hard to get consistent value at us, surely there's like better ults to open with. You know what I'm saying? Like surely, guys. Like, right? Huge shot into Sugar Free. Sugar Free's got to be kicking himself. That one really hurts. Heesong's got a really nice angle, but I just don't think they have the ults. Like, can Punk even survive long enough to get anything here? And then Heesong dies again. Oh my gosh. Hydran from the top ropes. That's it. That's it right there, guys. That's it. That's brutal. Some crucial errors from Vancouver there at that point in time, and Hydran just hitting so many shots. I mean, here's the thing with the ultimate. It's a freaking ridiculously hard ultimate to get value of into this composition, but as surely mid-fight, there's going to be an opportunity that better than opener fight. Surely. I'm skeptical. I think you could use it even just to like open up fights. Like, surely it has to be better. Okay, so.
Maybe the Echo's able to finish off a kill that the Widow gets, but it's really how much value these Widow make. Hydran is just
Little bit of indecision there from Heesong. I don't think he knew where Hydran was going to peak exactly. Oh my gosh, he's doing it again.
He is just taking over the game here.
13 seconds.
I mean, what do you
Waiting for Tracer.
Somebody's in the flank. I mean, look at this.
Switched off to Tracer.
Because he knows Tracer's going to come behind the stairs. The other stairs are too obvious. A little bit redundant with Magid marking there, though. So Magid marks the Tracer out now. Now Hydran's got free reign. Oh my gosh! Again? And notice how important it is that he's changing sightlines here. Like, look at Sugar Free. Sugar Free goes, oh, he's peeking left, so I'm going to hug left. But then he grapples around because Sugar Free thinks he's still here. Sugar Free has no idea that he's here. He has no idea. He thinks that he's totally safe, right? But no, he's not there anymore because he grappled over. And now watch him reposition again. Anna thinks she's behind cover. Now she's not. Anna thinks she's behind cover. No, she's not. And Anna has to peek. There's the Venom. Like, there's the poor Nate. Like, he's trying so hard. Poor Crimzo. Sugar Free goes Sombra. Just like your my Widow games, for real. Now he's deepening his angle, and because they have to worry about cart, they really can't dive him, right? They have to worry about cart. So it's like, that's a really good hold. That's a really good hold from Toronto. You and Hydran are basically equal. Yeah. Do you plan on doing a YouTube video showing your setup? No, honestly. No, I mean, I could take y'all a picture. I'll show you what I got. Remind me. I'll take a picture and I'll drop it in somewhere. Because I also got a desk. My in-laws gave us some cash for a desk. because I had a really crappy desk. And yeah, she built it. Yeah. Yeah. Is a summer swap too late considering Widow almost had sights? Nah, I mean, it's not too late. I mean, you might as well. I don't think the sights mattered that much.
Like after him in a way, like I don't.
Heesung swatching the Tracer really gave Hydron free sightlines. That's true. That's true. That is true. I honestly wonder if just sticking Echo there and just making it work would have been better there.
Switch off this if you wanted, right?
She also built his computer from. That's not true. That's not true. Hydron gets the pocket. There's the grapple.
Dangerous play from Sugar Free
Oh.
to try and go for a high angle.
Majid.
Again, comes the Echo. Sticky bombs are pretty good.
All right, Majid. Honest question. Honest question. Could you just not use your ultimate to start fights? Or is that specifically strategy to like make them split for the space? Because I'm thinking like mid-fight, surely you'll find an opportunity. There's got to be a better ultimate than that. Like, right? Like, it just feels impossible to open with it. Okay, all right. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You shouldn't comment. I forget that we're not doing next patch yet. All right, I won't say. Because I understand the space to split. I assume that's what I assume it's a set play. I assume it's a set play. All right, tell me next week. I assume it's a set play.
He's down to half. He's calling for him.
What's up, Spectra?
Keep me alive. And again, Ultraviolet responds. The Widowmaker is still on the field.
So Punk somehow freaking just dies.
Hydron,
How the frick does Punk die?
dangerous.
Oh, he's taking so much damage. You know, honestly, I honestly don't know. I know maybe he stopped card too soon. That just seems like a major misplay. Like, because Crimzo had sightlines in him, and crucially, Crimzo doesn't have to worry about Hydron when Hydron's here. It's not an issue. So Punk just freaking dies. I have no idea what happened there.
And again, Ultraviolet responds. The Widowmaker is still on the field.
Yeah. Now the card just gets.
That's it. I mean, that's it, guys. Like, it really ain't that complicated. Somehow Vancouver like fumbled the bag. Big stickies from Spectra, lots of space, lots of defensive cooldowns. Deluge, don't die.
Deluge again, ushering the card forward.
Nice little stall there from Heesung.
Recall here and
But then Spectra just hits him in the mouth, hits him with a, you know what I'm saying? Shifts up and point blank range, full sticky. That's it on Crimzo. GG's. I wish we could see that, you know? Definitely not bitter about that. UV slept him? Oh, wait, he got slept?
Swallow pay off the bio.
No way, really?
Dangerous.
He's still winning, but he's taking so much damage. Like, look, his HP's not even moving. I mean, yeah, but like, right. So like, what was going on? What was wrong with Crimzo's angle? Was he scared of Widow? I don't think, like, he's so low.
They're gonna get there.
All right,
Squarely set.
Poggers.
Town going.
Nice job. Look at Hydron. Look at Hydron. You know what he's doing. This guy is such a loser. You know what he's doing. He's pressing tab and he's pointing to his stats. He's not celebrating the victory. He's showing his stats. That's the cringiest thing I've ever seen ever. This guy is a scumbag. I freaking hate this guy. What a loser. What an absolute loser. Everyone else is having a good time. And what is he doing? What is he doing?
Sight squarely set.
Dude, look at this guy. What kind of an ego is this? Dude, shut up, you moron. Dude, look at this. Everyone's so happy and he's just pointing to his stats. What a weirdo.
Has every reason to be celebrating.
Freaking weird, man. Weirdo. Wait, does he just flex? What does he do? Wait, I don't want to see this. Yeah, come on. Look at this cringe lord. Look at this. You can't even, dude, you're going to have to break out the metric system just to be able to measure this. Like, dude, this thing is too small for an inch. They have to go into centimeters just to see how big this thing is, bro. Come on, dude. You're making Americans look bad, man. Look at that. This guy's going on like Justin Bieber, like smashing the arm muscle. Oh my gosh. Wait, he flexed in the interview too? I don't even want, wait. All right.
Lower bracket, but
You guys want to laugh?
just took over the game.
Let's get a laugh here.
He's saying, oh,
All right, come on.
Popped off like nothing we've seen in.
I feel like he's
When does he flex? Do you know guys know? Surely he doesn't do it like a cringy fashion, right? Maybe it's at the end?
leaving. It's Boston upright.
Is it Tom Holland on the desk?
Bye, Dad. You and your team ahead. Listing a little bit.
No.
All right, come on.
Thank you so much. Active return of
All right, let's see it. This better be it.
Love to see it. Thank you so much for joining us for a quick chat. Congrats once again to you.
Oh, dude. That's the cringiest thing I've ever seen in my life. That's the cringiest thing I've seen in my life.
Show the guns. We can't wait to see the quick chat. Congrats once again.
What's the dude from The Nightmare Before Christmas? Is this what this guy? This is what this guy looks like. This is what this guy. What's the guy's name? Night Before Christmas guy. Jack Skellington. Freaking Jack Skellington in the flesh. Look at this. Hydra in Overwatch, ladies and gentlemen. Right here. Look at this guy. Only this guy has a better jawline. Jeez, dude. Jeez. This guy gets a weather warning on his phone anytime the breeze is over 5 miles per hour. Dude, you guys are smoking something. You guys are smoking something, bro. I throw around barrels. They can't even measure the weight that I curl in pounds. It's not even possible. Literal barrels. Kilograms. Or whatever the big, yeah. Flex right now? Dude, I don't need to flex. I don't need to flex, guys. I don't need to flex. I just have it. Who's stronger, me or Kaluj? The fact that you even have to ask that is problematic. Dude, it's not even close. Not only am I the strongest, I also have the freshest of babes. I know martial arts. I do jujitsu. Back in the time before time, I had the freshest of babes. It's not a current situation kind of thing. I don't know what happened to all of them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Is that why your wife had to build your desk?
Well.
Who is stronger, Pepper or Kaluj?
I don't even think they can see my arm.
Yeah, that's my point.
Like, wait.
You guys don't show up to Toronto land. You guys just show up to Toronto land and you guys see what happens. This looks disgusting.
They're dates.
No, they're not.
They're on sale for $4.49.
I'll pass. Hard pass.
Made in nature, organic, non-GMO, verified.
Cringiest thing I've ever seen. You guys just show up. You see what happens. You guys show up to Toronto, see what happens.
You know what I feel like? I feel like the guy in Police Squad that you never see his head. He just walks in the scene like,
oh yeah,
hey, what's up, Spilo?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Face reveal?
Pepper got bigger guns than Hydra, confirmed. Yeah, shut up, Fi. Don't say yikes.
Hydra? Is Hydra gonna be there?
They're not making the playoffs if that's what you're talking about. No.
Bro, I have to meet Hydra in person.
Nah, dude. Oh yeah, freaking Hydra. Dude, Hydra's always hitting on my wife too. Dude, unironically, he's always hitting on my wife. Dude.
That's why I have to meet him.
He's always hitting. Wait. Where is it? He said something. Yeah, the last thing that he said was like something about like, oh, I'm gonna steal your wife or something, bro. Like, he is. No, he is. I'm literally not joking. He's always talking about he's gonna steal my wife.
Nobody asked me my opinion.
I mean, because the answer is obvious, right? Cat hair in my nose now.
Okay.
He's lucky that my strength in assassination prowess is like met by my ability to like, to like have compassion upon the feeble. I feel sorry for the guy. I'm still sorry for the guy.
Fluffy.
Yeah, see? Coping? I'm not coping. It's like it is. I am God's gift to mankind.
Mankind.
When you're flawless, it is what it is. What does the stream turn into? Yeah, well.
I was talking about like how like your parents tell you certain things like to keep you safe, and like sometimes kids are just like, oh, I don't believe you. Well, they don't say that, but kids will just like, oh, I don't believe them. and they'll just do whatever, and then bad stuff could happen. And one of the kids goes, "It's just like that song. Don't believe me, just watch." And I was like,
Oh no.
"Yeah, Stranger Danger is just like the Bruno Mars song, actually."
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's
Bruno Mars
exactly
is
it.
Stranger Danger. I was like, why would I even try?
Yeah, children are always like, that serious point that you made is irrelevant because joke here. Okay. Yeah, so you guys need to show up to Toronto because
Also, can I ask a question?
I'm just saying. What?
Who is the Bednick of time?
Who's what?
What is the Bednick of time?
What?
I don't know, but one of the kids made me tell a story about the Bednick of time.
The mimic of time? Mimic of time?
I don't know. It sounds like you're saying the Bednick of time. Mimic of time.
Bro, head scratches rock. I can vouch. It's the best. It's the best. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out.
Making lasagna.
I'm gonna toss a raid over. I'm getting lasagna, so you know
Lasagna.
you can't show up. I have school. That's all right.
Fresh basil from the garden.
Can I express entry if I show up? Maybe. All right, chat. I'm gonna toss a raid. A writer was taken. Loves and kisses. It's been good. I'll be back on Thursday. Oh yeah, Thursday. Rework Moira. BAP Life Fever discussion. Lots of big juice on Thursday. I think we're also doing like a coaching call thing too. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. Loves and kisses. We'll see you guys on Thursday. Bye. Wait, how do I end this? Okay.